Howdy, folks. Welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign.
All this.
Joining me, my friends.
Joining me, my friends.
My
friends are
Olive. It is
Ari.
We're going to play Starfinder at some point tonight. Before we do, we have a couple of announcements. First of all, a couple of different ways that you can support the channel. First of all, just subscribing is super helpful. It's a renewable source of income. Bits and channel points are the other two ways. Channel points are free. You can earn those just by watching, and you can use them to steer longer-term events of this campaign. Currently, we are voting on where Meeg and Mari are going to relocate, either Aura's Bay or the Eclipse Mall. And so that is something you can vote on with channel points, with bits. That is Twitch's microcurrency. Are you guys okay?
We're talking about the paper towels.
They're over here.
Where are the paper towels, guys?
That's the motion that you went with for paper towels?
Two of towels.
It's not good.
Bits are Twitch's microcurrency. Man, weird mood.
It's a night.
Yeah.
Kara's not here.
Microcurrency. You can use those. Yeah, I know. You can use those to support the stream directly. They immediately go to helping out with things like miniatures and terrain, things like this crazy starship that we have right here.
Oh, I'm running out of bits.
And those can impact the story right away. Those can do things like drop a special weapon right into the game. It can do things like supply interns or even expert bounty hunters to the group. So those are from bits. We have @AlBrownRPG on Instagram. We are albrownrpg.com as a website. And then tomorrow night at 7 p.m. we are going to be playing Courts of Everest, our original D&D campaign that is set in Everest, a very Feywild adjacent continent. The final week of July and the first week of August, we're going to be on summer break, but there's going to be a Starfinder one-shot and a D&D one-shot, one per week that we're gone. That's probably going to be on our YouTube @AlBrownRPG, because I don't know how to do it on Twitch. But if you know how, shoot me a message. And then finally, for the music, like this Western music that you hear behind you, hopefully, we have Sirenscape, a digital tool set to add music and all kinds of sound effects, like these spider legs, or this freaky child, or this blaster effect, all available on Sirenscape. And with that, I can get us into our recap. Give me 1 second here.
This drink smells so strong. Like, it just smells like mango right here.
That's a good thing.
No, it's not bad. It's just like...
I'm hiding this.
Mosaic Team 5. Last we played, Gibbs tried to put Crumbs back together again, unsuccessfully, as this creature, formerly your Yosoki cousin, now two half-cousins, in a very literal sense. You received Tombstone, or Revived Tombstone, who used their construct to help you lug the J-13 Jacinto Power Core back with you, as you left the now crumbling asteroid, no longer held together by the liquid mass of the Primanism, in its stones in your wake. Up the elevator, the walkway closing off the spiders still held, and so no need to fight them. You jetted across the expanse and made your way back to the shuttle, and then your ship. Gibbs, you released the oxygen in your bags and added 2% oxygen back to the ship. You returned to the Canosa station with Spice and Bubs somewhat making up along the way. You found the station completely abandoned, upon your approach not being hailed by anybody. Spice and Echo went aboard and found the med bay abandoned and featuring dead and almost mummified remains of guinea pigs. You opted to use the power core to restore an ancient Ogbot, this robotic machinery that can do complex surgery, and use that to restore your eye. Finally, Spice, at long last, one blue and one gold, the charming psychokinetic eyes.
Yay.
You then boarded your ship and, bidding adieu to the Canosa station with some Horcalcum and an orange in your possession, you dropped into the drift and set your destination to the Eclipse Mall. As you entered the drift, however, the director stated, "There is something inside me," and that is where we begin this evening.
That's what she said.
Of course. Okay.
Oh, where are we?
Exactly where your miniature.
Nice.
Okay. So,
Do we have the minis for
Tombstone and Tombstone's goober.
Oh, I can go get a tombstone goober mini.
Thanks. Because
In
they're...
the meantime, they're in the cryo bay, which is like around there. Well, they're not in the cryo bay, actually.
I think they're in the
Yeah,
med bay.
Tombstone is.
Yeah. Because I haven't been. I don't think the golem would fit in my med bay. It's kind of tight.
Gollum.
I love
Is
that.
the golem out here?
Now it is.
Here's a different golem. And then for him,
I put the.
We got a kitty
put
cat.
my-
Yeah, kitty cat.
Yeah,
put
we're
my
good.
donut cat.
you have a cat. You're the cat with a donut. Okay, cool.
Thanks, Alana.
So, all of you stand here with that broadcast just echoing in this metal ship. You can hear the drift engines pulsing slightly underneath. But what are you all doing?
Can you be more specific, please?
As you say this out loud, again, the overhead system chimes, and the director says, there is, what is it called? The fabrication drone has gone offline.
Going to where the fabrication drone was.
You make your way over to the laser cannons, the area that this thing was reconstructing and trying to repair the breach that this construct, now lurking in your cargo bay, had created.
And,
The door opens up and you can see instantly this sparking, like, badly damaged robot. Its entire interior, like, carved away. You can see, like, still slightly glowing elements of, like, circuitry and stuff, still hot from being, like, cut or burned away. And you can also see now, in the floor itself, there is a hole.
something
big
was
is the
burrowed into the ground, it looks like.
It would seem like that. Although there's nothing to burrow into. As you look through the hole, you see wires, you see, like, cables. It's in the ship. Thinking about how big that is, if you're like, do you follow Shade?
Yeah, I follow Shade. I move my mini as well.
So you scamper over, and behind Shade, you peer around him, and you can see this hole probably about a foot wide, maybe a little bit more.
Can I, like, run a scan for using my exocortex to, like, scan the
Make a computer
20
check.
feet?
As he's doing that, I'm gonna try to wake up Spice, who's asleep on the armory bed.
Yeah, no problem. So you go over to the armory.
Babe,
Natural 20!
Very nice. You go and you try to wake up Spice, and as you do,
wake up!
Shade, you connect to the ship as much as you can, and you pulse the sensors out. You connect your exocortex to the ship's sensors and turn them back in, kind of echoing this reverberating signal through the metallic interior. And all of a sudden, you see traveling quickly across the ship a single metallic object. And then as the pulse woof, woof, dies, you see it seems to be heading in the opposite direction towards the other side of the ship.
Over to here.
Yeah.
Pinging to everyone and saying there's something underneath the ground heading towards the
Left guns.
side. Well, it's the airlock, right?
Yeah.
Heading towards the airlock.
Can I fish my head, like, between the boards, kind of, and see, like, among the cables if I can get, a line of sight on
Make
the
a perception check. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
You turn upside down and just drop halfway down this deck. Your bottle kind of
30.
Dang, these are some high
Perception's
rolls
my
out
highest.
here.
suspended like a bat underneath this place. You can see into the guts of the ship here. There is coolant lines that are running from where you currently are across to where the lasers are. You can see there are power cells that are backups for the laser cannon as well as the bathroom. But what you see right at the very end with the 30, almost directly under where Shade is at this moment, this small scuttling metallic object. And then suddenly you hear and you see it just divides.
It's dividing, guys. And can I pull out like a Coca-Cola can and be like, "Here you go," and try and like entice it to come closer to me so I can like grab one of them? I don't know.
Okay,
it
you're
seems someone
doing that.
eat
You're
metal.
definitely doing that.
At this point, have I awakened Spice?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I?
Babe, something's going
attempt
on.
to
You gotta
overload it?
You gotta come on.
What? Okay.
I'm gonna like take her by the hand and I'll go down to I believe the cargo area where everyone's like doing stuff.
Okay, so you run over there.
What's going on?
It's a salmon, I bet.
Something has infected the ship.
It's doubling. I look again.
Ping.
You can't see any of them anymore.
Seeing that this thing is trying to basically like, it's like a virus in the ship, like a physical virus. Can I intuit, would shutting down systems help protect it from any further damage other
Make a
than the
mechanics
physical?
check. Or an engineering check, sorry.
And I'm basically gonna start trying to do everything that I can with my exocortex, like mechanically,
Sure.
to try and stop it.
Can I ask questions about? I saw it divide.
Yep.
The anatomy of this creature. Did it divide because like
With
it
a 30,
duplicated itself, or
You saw this mechanical, almost scarab-looking thing low to the ground, scuttling on these stocky little, like stubby metallic legs. And then you saw this bright light as the metal seemed to shear, but at the same time, the interior seemed to heel over and legs descend so that it just divides into two.
19.
19. With a 19, yeah, you imagine, I mean, just because there's not power running to it, there won't be any data damage, and so that alone might be helpful. It's hard to tell exactly how helpful.
Okay.
And there are certain things, of course, that you do not want to shut
Yeah.
down.
I'm gonna say, Director, shut off all non-essential systems.
can I fit in this hole that I've got my head into?
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Can I start? I want to start like scooching my body in like the attic space of like this like thing and try and like get in. Athletics? How about acrobatics? Because I'm gonna do it with pizzazz.
Nope.
Fuck 9.
Okay.
With the 9, you are like, okay, gotta go down. And you kind of dive and shoom, your bottle. And you can't go down. And also, now you try to like get back up, and the weight of the bottle and the liquid on it pushes down, and you definitely need somebody to
I'm
pull
stuck.
But great. So you do that, and in that moment, you also hear off in the distance, it divides again.
It divided again. Do I hear voo voo or
Just one that time.
That's a good.
So I'm thinking. Hold on, math. I'm thinking there's a total of 4 because this one of them divided again.
Perhaps.
I think there's at least 4 now.
Knowing that it doesn't matter because they're gonna start increasing exponentially, whatever it is. Just trying to. I'm gonna use on the ship. I'm gonna attempt to use amplified glitch. As a standard action, I can wirelessly introduce a fast-acting virus into nearby technological devices to briefly cause them to malfunction in loud, surprising ways. This is the thing to make it flat.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm trying to do it.
So what is it a save?
It's so the
What is the area of that
it's
effect?
I make a computer's check, and it's the DC is 15 plus 1 per target. I'm gonna target. I know that there are at least 4 right now. I'm gonna target 6.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a big DC, but it's 15 plus 6 plus 1.5 the CR of the highest target.
Okay.
So it's a.
Would you-
and I also have fucking. I'm gonna roll it now, because I think I basically need an.
While he's doing this, I'm gonna try to catch one of them.
Okay.
Can you see one?
Ooh, that's
I
not
don't know, I'm
gonna
just
work.
gonna try to catch one.
That was a
Even if I
3.
can't
A
see it.
3, no, believe it or not, that doesn't work. You
Well,
try to like,
yeah.
you try to
Base
like
3, but-
like figure out how to like tilt all this stuff around. I mean, what is the total? You
16.
Yeah, no, not
Yeah.
enough. It doesn't seem to reverberate, and at that same exact moment, you hear this, and it seems to divide again. What are you trying to do?
I'm just like on like like that hunch position, just trying to like get
Make
ready
a
to grab
perception
one.
check. You can't
Yeah.
see anything,
Yeah, but
so
I'm
now
ready
you're
to grab
listening.
one.
Yeah. Spice?
Director, if it's inside of you, can you tell me what the general animalistic shape these infestations are?
Projecting now. Give me 1 second.
Nice.
I got a 12.
12. Bubs, you get real close to the ground, and that's about it.
But then you see a dust bunny and you're like, ooh.
You pull out a little thing. And so at the moment,
A mini dust devil.
this
Dust bunny, but double.
projected down right in front of you
Oh, so we've got.
It's like a little horseshoe crab, but like
It's like
robotic.
a metallic horseshoe crab, although in lacking a tail, it has instead these little, what look almost like exhaust ports in the front. Has these like almost actually very similar to the universal grinder on the drone. These elements that seem capable of grinding
So they're
things
almost
up.
like termites. Yeah. Okay.
It would seem so, but yeah.
Do I recognize what these are?
Make a. Oh boy, we're gonna say this is a computers check.
Not engineering. I mean, they're the same for me, so it doesn't. Really
Yeah, it could be computers or engineering. I think.
It doesn't really matter. They're
Can
both
I
the
detect
same.
magic? Are they magical?
It's
Just a big bright spot from this construct, but nothing.
Blind it! Oh,
-3.
I'm stuck.
22.
Okay. Yeah, Gibbs is still upside down.
Yeah,
With
but
a
I'm on the
22?
floor.
We have
At least I'm useful.
bigger concerns.
Yeah, of course you've heard of these. There is a. It is a construct that is a. There's many debates as to how it originated, but at its crux, it is something that chews up anything that could be comprised of UPBs essentially, and then it creates a copy of itself, and then a copy of itself.
Okay.
They're
it's
known
just-
as Cyberceps Coleoptera. Many people just call them Cyberceps bugs.
Okay. Knowing this now, are there methods of eradication? And is there one that is currently viable given our resources on the ship?
You think about that, and you know there's 5 of you. As long as there's 5 of these, but then you hear.
Like, is there a way that I could reroute the power in the ship through the systems to sort of like shock them all to death?
Hell yeah, you could. Now, that being said, that is
Without
quite the
also
feat.
shocking us.
And so in this moment, like slow motion, you see Spice looking down the flickering hologram. You hear, "Can somebody help me?" from like underneath, like actually underneath the ground because it echoes through the compartment. And then actually, to that point, suddenly you feel arms as Echo just hauls you out from the thing. And she
Thank
puts
you.
you down and just says, "You should be more careful, Gibbs."
Yeah, okay.
You you could make an engineering check to think about whether or not how that would be feasible.
Okay.
Actually, no. You absolutely know how to overload the ship.
Right.
The engineering
Without
check is about
destroying the ship in the process.
yes, or causing lasting damage while you are in the drift.
Is this an electrical surge, perhaps?
That's
like
what I'm implying, but I don't know. Like, it could also just be like overheating the system.
Well, if it's electrical,
Or, like-
I can offer some help.
Okay.
So what are you doing? Things are going pretty quick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
I'm starting to do this process that will hopefully override or overload the ship without causing any
Put yourself in the cockpit.
lasting damage.
Spice, sorry.
No, you go. You go. You're
Spice
doing something related.
draws back her arm like she does and casts a jolting surge.
Okay, you have that ready for like when Shade tells you to go, you're like ready to do that
She
action
draws
and then
her
do it.
magic.
Cool,
Would
cool,
that
cool.
need to be? Would she need to be in the like engine bay for that?
No
or-
cockpit.
Okay. Cool.
Also, yeah,
Cool,
access
cool,
to the controls.
Just tell me
Bubs, what are you doing?
Bubs is going to get ready to see if any of them stop on the ground, and as soon as he can see one on the ground that's like fried for a momentary second, he's gonna grab it and throw it at the airlock.
Okay, put one that. Okay, then put yourself near the airlock if that's where you're going.
Where's the airlock?
On the up, yeah, right over there.
Yeah.
Gibbs is gonna take out a high UPB value item
Okay.
and kind of over this hole, like fish it into the hole, trying to get one of them to like come to her.
Love that.
The item she's risking is the Caligulous Shadow Pistol.
Caligulous?
Shadow Pistol.
So, what is the role that you get where you get to have those like good bonuses from merchants? What is that
Ooh,
thing
a
called?
grifter.
Grifter, to me, this is very much like in that grifter background. You are junk fishing right now, and so go ahead and take that bonus for that as well.
Fuck yes.
We still have the EMP, right? We didn't use the EMP, did we?
You did.
We did.
The
Oh, yeah,
session
we
you
did.
got
Yeah,
to
yeah,
take
yeah,
out
right,
to take out literally, I believe, that miniature.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and Gibbs. We're gonna say that's such a unique one.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say that's probably.
It could be profession.
I'm gonna say
Scavenge.
survival.
While this is all happening, I'm going to say to the director what I'm attempting to do.
No problem.
So that it
Brace
can
yourself.
prepare itself however the ship will prepare itself.
Sure.
21 and enticing it.
Okay. So while this is happening, you go into the cockpit. Spice is holding the spell. Bubs is right near the airlock, like looking around, waiting for something to drop. Gibbs, you go over and you take this like high UPB item and you just drop it down a little bit.
I got it on my tail, so my hands are free to like.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So you have the tail
I'm
going
fishing
between
with my
your
toe,
legs.
yeah.
No problem. So you're ready to grab it. And at that moment, you hear suddenly, and you can hear like these little metallic legs, and then suddenly you see like this bright blue light, and then it leaps up. Can everybody go ahead and roll for initiative?
Nice.
Can you put that Cyberceps Coleoptera right near Gibbs?
Over here.
Yeah, and Echo's with me now.
I imagine that Squeak probably would have followed me to the cockpit.
Yes.
Why am I missing Echo? Oh, here she is. Echo and I are together right there, supported by my friend. No.
All right. Anybody natural 20?
Find out. No. Not the dude.
Anybody 25 to 20?
Spice, 21.
Nice. Okay, 21 for Spice. Anybody 20 to 15?
16.
16 for Bubs.
How does she do this so fast?
15 to 10?
10.
10 for Gibbs.
Oh, I didn't. Do you want me to roll for Echo?
Sure.
Sorry.
And then Shade?
8.
Oh, 16 plus. She's got high, whatever.
3 to everything doesn't help.
Oh shit! Then mine's. What did I say?
mine's
10.
15,
Mine's
yeah.
9.
9.
So Echo, Gibbs, then
Bubs is 15.
no, Gibbs is 9.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about other people here. So no problem. Okay, so the way that this is going to work out, Spice, then Echo, then Bubs, then Gibbs, then these creatures, and then Shade.
Takes a lot of time to prepare to
Exactly.
Oh shit, we
Yeah,
haven't
that's
slept
what it
yet
is.
either.
You have not. So, Spice, you are holding this like jolting spell. Nothing has technically happened yet. Are you just going to continue to hold it?
Yep.
Okay, you can delay your turn, no problem. So, Spice, you delay. Echo's going to delay. Bubs, what are you doing?
Do I hear like any commotion or sounds at the moment from like Gibbs or Echo or anything?
Got one.
I would say, yeah, you hear Gibbs yell out, "Got one!"
All right, I'm gonna run over to there.
Okay, so you can take your full movement to get as far as you can.
This is a door, right?
Yes.
It is.
So you actually can just get.
Yep.
And there's a hole here that I'm like. So you're in the doorway.
And you can see coming up from this hole like little bits of blue light, and something is certainly coming.
Okay. I'm going to take out of my inventory my composter slime,
Okay.
which I believe makes UPB, and it eats organic material.
It does.
Not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this.
Okay, but you have it ready.
But I have it
No
ready.
problem. So you have this little
The
jar.
only thing
it has
that's
the slime
organic
in it.
is us.
You're ready to break the seal and start using it.
Yeah.
Okay, that is your turn, Bubs. You ready as slime. Gibbs, you are holding this, and at the moment you can see this light is getting brighter and brighter. Is there anything that you want to do before it kind of erupts out, or do you want to hold your turn as well?
Yeah, I'm just preparing the like. Oh, lost your dollar. You know that cartoon, the ad that one day? Yeah, that's me
Absolutely.
right
Okay,
now.
Great. So you're ready to just yank it away as soon
And
as
grab
it
it,
happens.
and like that is my action.
That brings us to the Cyberceps Coleoptera.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, a little big bad. Big sad.
Bubs, underneath you, you hear this as this creature seems to divide right before it comes up. And then suddenly, Bubs. Oh, man, you guys gave him a nice amount of time.
Trying not to. I was going fast.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go fast too.
Okay. So, one pops up behind Bubs. Oops. Gonna have 3 are popping up right in that space.
Oh, 3?
After 24 hours, never mind.
You have 2 that are munching on the engine. You have 1 that is eating stuff under Gibbs's bed.
Oh
No! All of my magic!
That is eating Shade's motorcycle.
No.
And then
We've got like negative 5% progress on that thing.
in the armory.
Oh no! I
Two
sleep
more
and
that
do
pop
stuff
up.
in there.
Suddenly, all around the ship, clang, 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 panels pop out as these creatures just erupt out, almost as one. Gibbs,
Yes.
you watch as this, what was it that you were dangling?
Colliginous shadow pistol.
Okay, so go ahead and make a reflex saving throw as this lunges towards it.
15.
A 15? Gibbs, that shadow pistol snapped out of your hands, and less that it snapped, it latches on, and it's heavy. This thing is probably close to like 80, 90 pounds, and so your arm begins to go down, but this thing is grinding the pistol, and it almost reaches your hand, and that pistol is almost certainly gone. You see within it, these little elements of UPBs begin to join and get closer together as it seems to be getting ready to replicate itself. But that is its turn.
Emily gave us a whoa.
Oh, there's a whoa? Fantastic.
Oh,
Emily
why?
gave us a whoa.
Emily!
Suddenly,
Wow.
all across the board, these blue lights shift, and they are now green.
What does that mean?
I don't like that.
So, that is their turn. That brings us to Shade.
What
Wait,
does the
held
lights
actions,
shifting
do they
mean?
Oh,
resolve?
right. Sorry. Held
Yeah.
action. So, Spice, do you want to use your spell?
Yeah, she puts her hands on the dashboard
Fantastic.
and goes,
Okay, what is the range on that?
30 feet.
30 feet? Dang, okay.
Oh,
Is that
why
in
do I keep doing
conjunction
this? I'm so sorry.
with my?
You gotta put a pool noodle on your head.
Is that
Absolutely.
in conjunction with my action to like cause this overload that doesn't
And spread
fry the
farther.
systems to irreparable?
So,
I hope I don't roll a natural one.
what is the damage on that? Or what does it do?
So I touch an electrical device, and an electrical device surges uncontrollably for 46 damage.
Phenomenal.
Wow.
Okay. So go ahead and roll damage on that. As you touch this, and this erupts across. Go ahead and make, it was a engineering check. And this is really going to determine whether you are able to shield the rest of the group, because this extends with your efforts.
It's like
to
a
roughly half the ship.
localized EMP, essentially, right?
No, it's more like a localized, your ship is made of metal, and Spice is putting electricity into it.
Cool. Okay.
17.
17.
Okay. There we go. You said engineering,
Yeah.
so 35 minus 3, 32.
32, very nice. So as Spice touches the computer and you can see this jolt, in your mind's eye, as you can picture the data sphere of this entire ship, you can see like things going dead. It's almost like this apocalyptic event across the electronic infrastructure of this ship, but you can just basically just barely isolate the panels that people are standing on or sitting on. Where Gibbs is like touching the wall, you isolate that section of the wall just enough so that the people who are a part of the crew, that includes Tombstone and the Construct, are not electrocuted by this. And Squeak. Squeak is
Officially
I
on
didn't
the.
think I had to
Squeak is officially on the payroll.
What you see,
Rude.
1, 2, 3.
We get to have a pet. They get a salary.
Explode. And then there are just UPB, little gray pellets that across the deck as they pop. Each one seems to revert back into its supply of UPBs. And you would imagine the one that ate that pistol will have quite a great amount of them. But that is Spice. Echo.
Spice's resolved turn.
That was my turn.
Bubs,
Resolving.
your resolved turn involved you trying to grab one of these when they pop up. So as they erupt out, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Do we see how many?
3,
What was the total roll?
8.
That's just enough. It rolled a 6 and it gets a -2. So as it
Oh wait, no, I have my minus, so it's 5.
Oh, that sucks. So as it leaps up Bubs, you're like, I'm Bubs, this is a little bug. And you go to grab it, and the like little pincers get really close to you, and then all of a sudden you are aware, it's like flashbacks. This is a dirty insect, it's crawling on top of you, and it's like, it's more of a mental, you cannot get it close enough to you. You can't quite grab it. You like push it off, and it ka-chunk, 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 and it begins to skitter back towards you. But anything, that was your held turn.
Yeah.
Gibbs.
So I got my pistol eaten.
Yep.
But my turn was to can I grab it and try and headbutt it, the one that's on my tail?
Make a melee attack roll.
I don't have any more weapons actually. I'm out of weapons.
Oh, that's so many. Which one's the one?
So this probably has a negative, so 11.
An 11?
Yeah.
An 11,
Oh wait,
unfortunately.
melee attack. Hold on, sorry. It's not 11. Hold on, sorry. The melee attack is so it's 16 minus 1 is 15.
15 against KAC is unfortunately a little too low. As you headbutt a metallic creature, for some reason it doesn't seem super effective. You have this clang and you feel like it reverberates through your skull. All your piercings vibrate. Anything else, Gibbs?
No, is that one still dangling on my tail though, or is it starting to like drop
For
off?
flavor, but mechanically it's in the space adjacent to you.
Cool.
Yeah. That is Gibbs's resolved action. That brings us to Shade's turn.
Oh, that was resolved action where I did the
Yes.
shockwave? Okay.
You're held.
That wasn't even held action. That was like you had done that and had it prepared. I had you roll
Gotcha.
the engineering now because that's more like
Right. When
it's
it
cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
chronologically. Okay, cool.
B.
Do
use
I
spell.
recognize what the results of that were in the cockpit?
Yeah, I mean you hear like UPB scattering across the deck. Though you don't see any, you hear these like pops and explosions, and you're assuming that all of your crew didn't just explode because that would be how many it was.
Okay. We need to find a way to contain these. How many? I can't even see how many.
I've got
there
3
are.
over here. There's 2 over here. There's 1 over here.
The one in the armory's gone.
There
I have
are
a
6
proton
that are
snare.
currently
There are
out there.
6.
That only works for
Okay.
ghosts.
Oh.
And also, I have it. Everyone keeps taking my proton snare, thinking they have it.
Oh.
I guess gonna use my movement.
Okay.
Because I can't do that again, right?
No. There's a recharge that needs to happen for that.
I think. Wait,
is a
do I
dam.
have? Do I lose speed with my negative
No.
levels?
No.
It's one of the things you don't lose.
It's just rolls
Okay,
basically.
so I think I can get to this corner. I don't see any in here,
useless.
right?
So as you run into this part of the ship, all of a sudden your feet are like sliding a little bit because there is literally hundreds of UPBs that have just scattered across the floor.
Okay.
Yay.
But I don't see any of the cordyceps.
Not at the moment. The Cyberceps Coleoptera.
This door is open though, so you would see them through this doorway.
Oh, okay. So,
So actually,
turning this way.
yeah, I can't
would
open this
see.
door, but it's
Oh,
there. No, it
okay.
doesn't open. It's painted.
Yeah.
Oh look, just kidding.
They all open, just not very well.
Sorry. So Bubs is in the doorway, but you would see through him like the glowing blue here.
Okay. Then I guess I'm.
Glowing green.
So it's
Thank
a
you.
construct. I don't think that I can distracting hack it, but I can still distracting hack something near
The
it.
door.
I'm going to use my exocortex's action to distracting hack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say like the lights in that area of the ship and like all the comms in that area start going off,
Sure.
and if
Take a
it-
-10 conditional modifier as you did turn off all of the non-essential functions to the ship already. There's fewer
Still-
things to work on.
but all the stuff on them too.
Correct.
Yeah. All right.
This reminds me of when I had lice.
Natural 20.
There you go.
Nice. Second.
No,
And
second
that's-
Time
one
that
of
it's
the
super
game.
useful.
Jeez, rolling
Killing
good.
it.
I need them because otherwise none of my
Yeah, that would
shit's
have been a
gonna hit.
-13.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that they're all flat-footed, and then I'm gonna use my action to just make a pistol attack.
Okay. For what it's worth, they can't be flat-footed. However, you would imagine if they did take that condition, that would drop any hidden ones out. So they cannot functionally be flat-footed, but they will drop down from vents and things of that nature if pushed to that condition.
It's like
Gotcha.
an RC car that flips over.
Basically,
and it
yeah.
still
So
has the same
basically,
wheel.
like
Exactly,
shorts
yeah.
them for a second. They're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the part where you electrocute them and they stop moving. You're like,
Yeah.
good job, and then they start moving again. You're like, shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely cool.
Do I still have a needler pistol?
There was 4.
What is this roll for?
Shooting at the one that's
Gotcha,
like
gotcha.
right in the
I don't know
doorway.
what the fuck I've got.
That's gonna be a 25 minus 3 to hit. So
25 minus
22.
3. 22 against.
Against its, I'm guessing it's EAC because it's the cavitation pistol.
If it's a cavitation pistol, then yes, that is EAC, and that does hit.
Nice. All right, so that's gonna be boop. And it's gonna be 9 points of energy and fire damage.
Okay. So you fire, and you can see this creature, this tiny. How many points? You said 9?
9.
9? Okay. So between the prongs, it fires off this like sphere of energy, and as it hits this little metallic creature, it just pops into UPBs that scatter
Was that the
across.
one that was on your tail?
Doesn't matter. There's plenty here for me to fish for.
Well, it's good that I got it and didn't roll a natural one.
There's 4 here. Is that intentional?
I think there should be 3 there.
Oh, it's just like 3 moving there.
And then 2 here.
And then 2 here, and then
And
1
then
here.
1 destroyed. Oh.
One's on your. Is this your bike or something?
Yeah, one's eating your
the
bike.
One, my bike.
So that is your turn, Shade. That brings us to the top of the round, Spice. As the electricity ripples through, you hear pops as these things explode into UPBs, but there is still this alarm going off, certainly still life forms. What do you want to do?
Spice, still with like the static electricity of her last magics. Oh wait, can I cast it again? Oh, I can't cast it again. Fuck, that ruins my whole plan. It's gonna go over. Fuck. Okay. That was that. It's gonna go over to Gibbs and be like, well, that's all I can do to help. And pass over a gun.
I got a gun that I'm instantly gonna fish with.
Do you want another one? I have 2 that you can have.
I feel like you can only hand me 1 thing per.
Yeah, probably 1 per
But-
round. But
Can
no
I use
problem.
my whole standard action to do 2.
I mean, if you really want to.
You should
You
probably
can
like
free action drop one.
kill
Oh,
one
I
of
can't
them.
fish it from where she's standing.
Free action. I'm gonna be like, we need to eliminate these as quickly as possible.
I'm working on
What
it.
I'm actually gonna do?
What?
Wait, they don't have mines, probably. Fuck. There's like no. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do is if I'm close enough to see a patch of where they are, which I think is the 3.
Yep.
She's going to touch the center point of the ground where they are and cast it here.
Okay,
So they're
fantastic.
stuck.
Nice.
So all of a sudden, that panel, which, for what it's worth, I believe Gibbs is also standing on,
Yeah, I'll take it.
Sorry.
becomes like
Used to
fly
it.
paper.
Yeah.
No problem. So when they move, that's when they have to attempt a check, correct?
Let's see. Adhere. Collect a molecular bond between 2 objects. You can break free with a strength check.
Okay, strength check. Cool. No problem. So Spice, you attach everything on that panel to the floor.
Yep.
That is your turn. That brings us to Echo. Echo is gonna look down at you. Gibbs, do you look like you want to be attached to the ground?
No, I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm
Okay.
good.
No problem.
Like I'm one with these beings.
Not that much stickier than usual.
Right. Like I'm good.
So Echo is going to run and end her turn in the back left engine.
Over here.
Nope, other one. Yep. And then over the comms, Echo just comms that they're going to like sweep through the ship and like
And
begin
just
taking them out
eliminate
that
what
way.
I can, yeah.
That is Echo's turn. That brings us to Bubs, followed by Gibbs.
I'm gonna follow Echo because
Okay.
it seems like this situation is handled.
Oh
in
well,
there.
now I'm.
And I'm gonna see one up there, and Bub is gonna psych him up, saying, "No motivation, just I hate bugs,"
Okay.
because he hates bugs.
Yeah, no problem. You hate bugs. You see this little creature as it chomps into the engine. You can see there is this jolt of green energy that ripples through it, and it seems to be almost like dissolving the material into little UPB that it can then absorb into itself.
Yeah.
It's already beginning to like branch off and split into another one.
Now
But
the
go
one I'm
ahead.
trying to attack, it's not on the actual thrusters, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Then I'm not going to attack it with my Dothko because that could mess up the thrusters.
That wouldn't be great.
But I am going to attempt a grapple attack.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Forget how it works.
Make an athletics check.
Yes. That's it. That's a 16 minus 1, 15 plus 5, 20. Dirty 20.
Enemy KAC plus 8 is a grapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always plus eight.
That is unfortunately not a success. You go to grab this creature and it just skitters away and begins to like
moved
chomp
off,
up
though.
on the top thing. Anything else?
That's it.
Alrighty. That is your turn. Bubs, Gibbs, what would you like to do?
So I have sticky tile that I'm part of with all these bugs,
Yep.
and I understand that these bugs are going to continue to reproduce. Does it look like they're incapable of reproducing while they're stuck to the flypaper, or are they trying?
One of them seems to be about to split.
So I want to whack-a-mole the splitting, so that way I can like get the other one also attached. So that way at least it's like a concentrated area. So my turn is just whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay, so as they split, you want to try to just smush them into the ground a little bit so
Yes.
they stick?
So they stick.
Okay.
So that way it's not like it divides and then goes like away.
Make an athletics check.
But I'm doing it fast and jazzy.
That's awesome. Make a jazzy athletics check.
Yeah! Woohoo! It's 16 minus 2.
Okay.
14.
So 14, you begin to like try to swat at them, but as you do, like you're already breathing hard, you're tired, you don't have a lot of resources left, the bottle's almost empty, but you try as best you can.
Cool.
That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to the Cyberceps Coleoptera. So again, you hear as 3 of them divide. One of them is right next to you, Gibbs, and with your check, it is enough to at least keep it where it was.
Nice.
However, actually, I'll just leave one once it's already there.
Cool. And you've got 2 here that we could do with.
Let's keep that compartment shut so they don't fall down there.
Oh.
These 2 are going to rush in here and begin to chew.
Wait, how are they rushing?
not
They're
my
stucky.
engineering.
Oh, they are
They're
stuck.
stuck. All stuck.
stuck.
Stuck to the
Hang on,
floor.
hang on.
So
They're very stucky.
What is the DC on that? One of them definitely doesn't make it.
17.
17. So one of them will get free. Okay. So one of them will get free.
okay. And
So
then
just put 1 on there.
yes.
Perfect. This guy, because Bubs is just kind of,
And then how
So
many?
he was on the
Push him
ceiling
down.
last time.
it's gonna just kind of go over to the other side, but still stay here because this tastes good.
But he's not on the thruster, right?
Still on the thruster.
I just drop one down. There's okay, and so the one that splits right here.
But it can't be physically on that because it's
And
how do you get this to stay
splits. Shade. All the progress on your bike,
I mean,
not super great.
I
So-
haven't even touched it. Every time I've gone, I've had other bullshit.
He's more
come
about the
up.
zen than the art of motorcycle maintenance.
I'm gonna restore this one day, I swear. So,
So
Shade.
that's what I'm saying. I've got
All
like
of a sudden, in your
-5
mind,
progress.
the ship begins to flare as the hull directly begins to take damage.
That's something that I should be able to.
I think we all could technically fix it.
The hull takes 21 points of damage
That's not good.
as it begins to grind and down. You can see the thruster in front of Bubs is beginning to have the whole housing like ripped away and panels and shreds. And you can see like interior parts that are humming and like moving, the parts that are keeping you aloft in the drift.
21 points
21 points.
of damage.
Correct.
We all die here. TPK.
I mean, maybe.
The Shade.
Yeah.
Are you willing to sacrifice your bike?
Yeah.
Okay. You take 16 points of damage to the hull, and the bike is gone. As they consume the entirety of the bike, and it just explodes into UPBs that begin to gather back together. Let me just add that.
So 16 points total.
16 points total.
But minus motorcycle.
How many have you left?
94.
1 million. You're doing fine. So that is their turn. That brings us to Shade.
I guess I'm gonna just full action attack, try to destroy the couple in here. And I know that. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter because
Take your shots
they don't
through
get
cavitation
flat-footed.
pistol.
Yeah, but yeah, they don't have.
But
flat-footed, so it
they are
doesn't
not
matter.
flat-footed, but they are stuck, so they are not dodging.
Yeah, but I think I am going to attempt to still use my exocortex action to make some kind of computer's check to basically like run diagnostics on the ship.
Okay.
And
You don't
try
need to
to-
do that to run diagnostics.
Or I guess
mean,
not diagnostics, but like, you know, when you run diagnostics and then it's like, you have a virus, like you have
Preventative
to,
maintenance.
like, yeah, trying to do something to
He runs north.
essentially like get the ship starting to protect itself from further damage and like
with no check, you know that this is you are
This is
dealing
like-
with the
this is
physical
it, so it's
component.
just gotta
The
fit.
ship is dealing already with like
okay,
whatever
so it's
other
already
component is
okay,
happening.
cool. So I'm just gonna make my full attack then.
Yeah. Good thought though.
So that actually what I did. So the first one, it's -4 on a full attack. Right?
Correct.
So -5. is 22
A 22 against.
against EAC.
22 against EAC hits.
Nice. And then second attack, it's more.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So the first attack damage is 6 energy and fire.
Okay.
And the second attack damage is I don't get -3 to attack damage, right? Or do I?
I don't think
You
so.
no, you get -3 to everything.
Including attack
I'm
damage?
pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure damage too.
Damn.
It's like it really fucks you up. Ability damage and
Damn. Okay, then that one was -3, and this one is an 11.
Okay.
So I think the last one I only did 3 damage.
With the 3 damage, it's not enough to destroy it.
oh
and
wait,
So
hold on. Your AC attack rolls, including combat maneuvers, saving throws, and skills check. You reduce your stamina.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
not attack.
So it's not attack
it's
damage.
to me, that makes sense.
6
Right.
damage still.
6 damage is enough to
Cool.
destroy it. And so 2 of these things just pop
And then-
with the fire and the energy seeming to especially affect them. But and
And
then
then the 11 damage one.
the 11 damage one, yeah, that one as well. So both of those things just pop, exploding into UPBs, showering across. Anything else, Shade?
Nope, full action attack.
Okay. Top of the round. I'll take these back.
No, thank you. Those are mine. Boop, boop, boop.
Well, one of them is.
Thanks, Joe. So grateful.
So that one finally finishes peeling itself off, and then this one also divides. All right.
Just gotta start.
Spice, what would you like to do?
Spice reaches up, or she reaches out to the director, and she goes, "Director, have you ever seen these before? And if so, how do we round them up? What are they attracted to, Director?"
Everything.
Large mechanical constructs.
The director says, these creatures are, and you can hear like through the voice, it's beginning to degrade ever so slightly as these creatures are like eating its internal mechanisms. But it says, these creatures will eat any mechanical parts. And then there's like this kind of like static little bit, and then electricity, fire, energy, and then crackles, like begins to start breaking up. You get the sense that energy-based weapons are the way to go.
Alright, so Spice looks through her inventory as Olive looks through her weapons.
Okay.
Energy damage. Nope. Okay, pulls out her sniper, I guess.
Perfect.
Quick
So
no scope.
you pull out a weapon literally as long as 5 of them put together.
Yep. Activates the guided, or what's that? Yeah, it is guided. So,
Yes. Oh my god.
yeah, and she doesn't matter where she shoots because it's gonna go for one of the little.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
She does a little jump and spin.
This is somebody
Yeah, right,
killing
she
a
just like,
spider with a shotgun. Yeah,
Nice.
14.
14 against. Even with its seeking, even with its seeking bonus and everything, it's just 14.
That seems.
That can't be right.
That definitely can't be
No,
right.
what's your range attack?
Oh, no, it's +4. But I rolled an 11.
No, because your base attack at this level should at least be 5, because my range attack is
4.
like 6. And there's no
Oh,
way
yeah,
I'm
no,
Yeah, you
but-
guys,
Right.
you guys are half BAB, so
right.
it's half of mine. I'm
16.
12, so you're 6.
Right. And like,
So 17.
I'm shit at this, but you should be better than
No.
me at this.
11 plus 5 is 16.
That is enough to hit.
Okay.
And so
What's
as you
dex mod?
fire,
Read it.
What's your dex
We got
mod?
it.
Plus
We have
1,
to-
so that's 6. That's the same as mine.
No, that's my total.
We'll talk about it at the break.
yeah, but 16 is absolutely enough to hit it. And so you pull out the sniper rifle. It unfolds elements of the electronic like weapon, combining to make its full height. And as you activate the seeking scope, it locks onto one of these things. As it splits and divides, you fire. And Gibbs, like right next to you, this thing divides in half. And right as it divides in half, the brand new one just explodes into UPB. That one is gone. Very nice. Anything else, Spice?
I I guess she's going to move closer to, because these guys are stuck to the floor, so she's gonna go hunting for other ones.
So you have to go through the adhesive part.
Oh yeah, because I'm on the
Well, I
adhesive
can
tile.
step over it.
Oh yeah, it's only 5 feet.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So you kind of like leap over Gibbs.
And I help her.
Yeah, no problem. So you kind of like using Gibbs as a table, almost like roll over Gibbs's back, and you make your way into the cargo bay.
Very graceful with high heels.
Absolutely.
I imagine it's the full like cheerleader, like. Woo, woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That is Spice's turn. That brings us to Echo. Echo is going to take full action attack.
Now, are they inside the thrusters, or what do we?
They're on the thrusters
Okay.
right
They're
now.
like on this chewing at it.
But think about it. Once they get through the thrusters, they're gonna be burned to crisps.
Yeah.
And so you watch as Echo pulls the pistol out, and she fires once, and one of these creatures just explodes into UPBs. She fires again, and the other one just explodes into UPBs. And then she turns and like she's gonna move, or they're just gonna move to the opposite like hallway to shut off that.
Full action's a full.
Oh right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not a player. Cool.
Keep
That is Echo's
keep me
turn.
honest.
Bubs, what would you like to do? You see Echo just take out two of these creatures right in front of you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop. Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I smash it in a way where it's not physically hitting the thrusters, but it's like one of those like sweep, just like golf balls?
With a high enough roll, you certainly can.
Okay.
Swat it off.
This is where you roll a natural 20
This is
because
where,
you
this is where I
always do.
break the thrusters and get a natural 1. Oh, it's a 14.
Good.
Minus 1, so 13 plus 12, so 20. Yeah, 25.
25 hits. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
Nice.
Hits the thrusters.
2, 5, so 7 plus 15 is 22.
You smash this thing. It's basically like lined up like a T-ball, and you swing this around, and for a moment, you're just like, you feel like the little camera snapping, and you're just in one of these old like ball games I still used to tell you about, and then this thing just explodes across the entire cargo bay. UPBs go everywhere. Home run. Anything else, Bubs?
Bubba's gonna jump up in the air like, yeah!
And then you just hear like sparks as your engine is being eaten right next to you.
No, I do standard.
That is your turn,
You
Bubs.
can't split.
Gibbs.
So Gibbs understands
Split between
if it's eating something we don't care about, it's not eating something we do care about. So Gibbs has the one in front of her, but can't really like damage it in any meaningful way because she's awful at this shit. But does have this gun in her hand that she's got no connection to and doesn't really care about. So I'm gonna just whip it over Spice's shoulder and try and like land it enticingly like near this pile so that they eat the gun instead of eating like the other things that I care about.
Sure.
Um,
Make a sleight of hand check.
sleight of hand. Man, Joe, you're being cruel.
What are you trying to get from this check exactly?
I'm trying to diplomatically tell it that this is more yummy than the pieces of shit.
Yeah, diplomacy is not really an
Okay,
option here.
fine. 13?
A 13?
Yeah.
Okay, so you throw this pistol and you see it just kind of scatters.
I'll give that to you to decide its fate.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cool.
Anything else, Gibbs?
Did you just throw the gun I gave him?
I literally told you when you handed it to me it's gonna be bait.
That is
so,
your
like,
turn,
I don't
Gibbs. That
feel
brings
bad.
us to these
Everything you get
creatures.
to give is first.
So,
I didn't give you a good one.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
No remorse. But you see it like flying through the air like boom, 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 boom.
Giving things to Gibbs is literally giving things to the junkyard.
Yes.
on to the actual engine console itself.
No, there's a gun there.
Oops, we put that on there. And then I believe there's one under. Oh no, that one got popped.
And it would have popped out.
This is why I can't have nice things.
All my stuff is okay.
There's 3 on this thing?
Imagine if we got a mech suit. They would all want to eat that.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
There's a giant construct.
so
So you-
you just keep headbutting it.
I do.
Come on. Ooh.
It's part of the lice check.
Okay. So all of a sudden, Bubs, in front of you, you can see this creature begins to gnaw and chew its way into the engine itself. There are sparks, and you just see like the last 2 little legs kicking and kicking and kicking before it just begins to like divide. And you can tell on your next turn this thing's going to divide again. But over on the engineering bay, significantly worse is happening as these things begin to gather up. They are chewing rapidly through. Shade, you lose your engineering station, flat out. Additionally, in addition to that, already taking away the UPB or the damage that would be taken from it. You take 15 straight hull damage. There's smoke and sparks, and suddenly in this room you can hear as a fire begins to like catch. They're eating their way straight through the engineering bay, and all three of them look like they are beginning to split. That is their turn. They're all very close together at this moment, so you are very close to being in a very bad situation. That is their turn. That brings us to Shade. Shade, from the engineering bay, you feel your heart break.
So there are 6 in here now?
There's 3.
3.
Three, but soon to be
six.
Yes. Very soon to be 6. Like at the end of your turn.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I still have
I like it too.
the, I believe it was the incendiary grenade
Okay.
that I picked up
Yeah, you probably still have one. You haven't used it.
from when we were in the mines.
Yep.
Or it might have actually been from, what's-his-face's ship. So,
Mine, so I give it to you.
there's an actual wall here, right? Or
Yeah.
can I? Okay. Then I'm gonna go over to the door here.
That's
Just say you go
not.
through.
Oh, that's
yeah.
not a door.
That's a
So you can go through this door, this way.
Yeah,
Because
so I'm
Gibbs
gonna
will
go.
help you over the, because she's
Well, I can
taking
just
up the
jump
adhesive
jets
square.
across.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna
You're
jump.
like, Shade, I'll help you, and he just jump jets right over you.
Always.
And then I'm gonna free action to Spice, say get back, and then basically just drop the grenade right in the middle of all of them.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna say because you are willing to stand right there, you don't need to roll for it. It's easy to just place. It's a free action to drop an item. So you.
Well, I'm like, it's 5 feet in front of me or whatever.
It's still you're not gonna miss from 5 feet.
Yeah.
So you pull the pin and you just free action drop the item. No problem. That's.
And then I guess if I'm doing it as a free action, I'm gonna use my action to fucking not get blown up myself.
Well, so you moved.
You can't break up your movement.
Move action.
Correct.
Oh,
You can't break
but
up your
then
move.
so standard action, I can't like
You can't use your
brace myself or anything,
I mean,
or like use as a move.
do you have an ability to do that? Do you have the feature? There is a feature.
Oh, is
Spring
there?
attack.
Oh no.
Or running gun, I believe it's called.
Running gun.
Yeah.
I do have mobility, but I have to level up before I can
Unfortunate.
move. And
Yeah.
then
So what is the blast radius on that grenade?
Incendiary.
Yeah.
I have to look it up.
I think it's an
one sec.
incendiary 3 too.
I think it was a 2. But Hephaestus is fucky right now, so hold on, let me just look it up.
Oh look, I looked it up in my history.
Oh,
20
I think
feet.
it's 20 feet.
2d6, 20 feet. If it's a Mark II, it's
It is a Mark II.
Mark II
Oh,
makes
I
it a
thought
level
was
6.
5.
Um,
I thought it was 5 feet.
and
Radius.
its special is it explodes. Yeah, I don't really get that. So it's two.
So,
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So it's 2d6 fire damage and burning 1d6 10 feet beyond that.
so Shade, you pull out the pin and you drop the grenade, and as you like see it
Okay,
turn,
I wouldn't have
you
done
see
that
like
if I
the
had known
number
that
like
that was-
turns and it's the
That's
wrong
not
number.
I
think we all have
that.
similar-
The only reason that I'm not going to have you take this one back is because we went through this exact same scenario previously in the mines, and I let you take it back then. So you drop the grenade, it explodes 20 feet, the same that it did the last time, and it is going to ripple out and deal damage to Spice,
Oh, I bet
to
it was that's the
Shade,
reason it was in my history.
and to Gibbs. That is why it's in your
It's
history.
literally because I fact check you guys. The nicest way possible.
Oh, well, yeah, it's a 10-foot radius.
No, not if it's a Mark II.
It is a Mark II.
Yeah, no, I have Mark II.
Ranged is 20 feet, and then it says explodes 2d6 fire.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. The range is when you can throw it.
Yeah, the
throw
range
it.
is throw it.
It's
I
a
see what you're saying.
10-foot
It is 10
radius.
feet. It is 10 feet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
sorry.
That's why I was like, whoa, that's not what I was trying to do.
Still,
Still, it's
still-
gonna hit
still
me.
Gonna hit everybody but
and
Gibbs.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
it's still gonna hit
I
me
saved
and-
myself.
And Spice.
So,
Sorry.
Shade and Spice, you are taking damage.
I free action told you to get back.
Go ahead and roll damage.
As if I could have moved on my turn.
Yeah. Sorry.
You like threw the grenade and you're like, get back, and then it just explodes.
We do get to make reflex saves though, right?
Oh.
Against explosives.
I think you do for grenades.
Yeah.
Well, the grenade would say reflex.
Roll
save.
damage on it.
I have rolled the damage. It is math. Does it get a bonus?
See, like this part of it's like the music's like
So-
really.
Yeah,
It's only 9.
Abstract.
Oh yeah, make a
Break it
reflex
down.
saving throw. Make a reflex
It's the
saving throw.
improvised jazz.
Yeah, I like
Reflex
it.
saving throw.
Reflex
25,
save.
bitch.
Very nice.
Half damage, baby.
Mine's so the damage is 9. So 6 of which is fire, and then they're burning for 3.
That's totally okay because 6 is plenty of damage.
Hey.
It explodes the one that is in there.
And then
Hey,
my reflex.
There was
save
3 in there.
yeah, it explodes the 3 that are in there. It also explodes a little bit spice and a little bit here.
So I take half damage?
Yeah,
Yeah, and my reflex save was a 20. 22 minus 3, 19.
19. Yeah, 19 is a save.
Okay.
So no problem. The two of you save as you say, like, watch out. You kind of duck and pull away as much as you can. You're caught up in the explosion a little, but not nearly as bad as these 3 Cyberceps Coleoptera, which explode into UPBs. Basically, your engineering station is just UPBs
Sacrifices
across.
must be made.
But no problem. That is
Spice
your
just
turn.
looks over at Shade, who's just shedding tears.
Stone-faced.
That brings us to the
Okay,
top of the
poor
round.
Stoneface.
Uh-oh.
I think
There's one still attached to the Gibbs. I don't know if it made it.
that's it. Okay.
Its check or whatever.
The sticky guy.
Yeah, it's sticky and Gibbs is
Cotton
trying to
mat's
like sit on
It
it.
failed it last time. So, Spice, from where you are, from your, where are you?
It's also not consuming UPBs.
Like straight through the doorway, you can see Bubbles and Echo who are like fighting with these rapidly multiplying entities. What do you want to do?
Because these ones are taken care of, gonna use my movement to come over here. I'm going to. Not gonna shoot that one. Don't have an excavation laser anymore, because threw that one down in the cave. Gonna take out my.
There's the gun that I dropped is right here.
Yep.
You could sweep it up on the way. The gun you gave me. It wasn't eaten. It wasn't enticing.
I don't know if that does fire damage.
It doesn't. It does bullshit.
Piercing damage.
Okay.
It's also a charge or some shit.
Whatever, I'll pick it up. Swift action on my way. I guess I'm gonna cast Adhere on the ground again.
Okay, you run over, you aim the pistol, and you're like, no, slap the ground. Great.
That is just level 0. They can make a strength check if they want to try to get out.
They might on their turn. We're going to see. Actually, they don't really need to. So that is your turn, Spice.
Yeah.
Okay, you pick up the pistol, you slap the deck right as you get to where like this entire chaos is happening. That brings us to Echo. Echo is again going to unload on one of these creatures.
Be a Bamf.
Oh.
Did you roll the nat 20 as Echo?
That one.
She's gonna blow up thrusters.
No, but I think I missed both the computer's check.
Bad, it's always
I missed the computer's check and the shot.
Oh,
and so
really
you watch
embodying.
as Echo
Yeah.
like holds out their hand and goes to hack something, but it's power off. All the non-essential systems are shut down, and then goes to shoot, but the creature has already moved and just shoots the thrusters. No problem. That is Echo. Bubs, you watch as Echo shoots your ship. What would you like to do?
How deep are these little scab rats? If I attack with my Dothko, will I definitely hit the thrusters and probably hurt it?
Not definitely.
Alright, okay. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're close.
Ooh, that's a 19 plus...
We embody the
Oh, yeah.
same.
I mean, I was gonna do a standard action anyways, because I,
Yeah.
Full action, right?
yeah, I'll do it next turn. But, quick clarification.
Yep.
If I do a full action, can I attack 2 creatures after one if I kill one?
I believe so.
I did not know that for the entire game.
I believe so, but you
Yeah.
have to actually kill one. I think that's the whole
Yeah,
thing. You can't.
there was a feat called Cleave that I thought actually did that.
That's a different thing.
Okay.
But
Cleave is you can do it even if they're not alive.
Oh.
Or sorry, even if they're not dead. But yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, I did not
And
know
something
that.
and it's with
I misread.
melee weapons.
Yeah.
It's like for a standard action.
But I'm gonna do a standard action anyways.
Oh, I have a
Go ahead.
survival
So,
knife.
Roll damage.
19 plus 12, that's off his hit. So, that is an 8.
Nice.
And a 1, that's a 9. Plus 15, that is 24.
24. So this little thing, you can just barely see the leg sticking out. It is just divided, and so it's like almost all the way in. And so you look and you like spear one of the tines of this dot goes straight in, such that it just basically like skewers this.
Woodpecker beak.
The tip of it comes out, and like from super close, you would see it get so close to like the mass of the thruster, and then you just yank the whole thing away. And almost like you are prying out a bad tooth, you yank this thing out. There's like a spurt of oil and other electronic components.
Bubby's like trying to shake it off like it's a kebab that's like loose.
You take it, you shake it a couple times, and then shake it down onto the ground, and it explodes into UPBs. Anything else, Bubs?
That's my turn.
There you go.
Followed by
Gibbs,
an ew.
what would you like to do? You hear from far down the cockpit, ew!
I throw up the fire extinguisher I keep in my mouth. I think it's like blue or something.
Yep.
I don't know. But there was an incinerator grenade gone off, and everyone kind of leaves me in the crater, and I'm stuck here. So I'm gonna coat this whole area if I can with the fire extinguisher, so no additional damage gets done to the hull.
No problem.
And
So
I'm
the
also...
fire 3, which is currently definitely still happening to the hull, you extinguish.
Nice.
This soaking wet, like all the stickers and decals on it have long since come off in your mouth. And so it's just this perfectly smooth blue cylinder, and you depress it and it just explodes. You like knock yourself flat. You have to like flypaper pull yourself back up to a sitting position, but no problem. The fire is out.
And I just make eye contact with this one guy that I'm just like stuck to, because like it can't eat anything, but I can't do anything about it, so we're just like chilling right here.
You look at it and it looks at you.
Yeah,
No
real
problem.
awkward. Back in.
You swallow the now more used fire extinguisher. That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to these creatures. So there is just 3 left.
One here.
3, but this one can't eat UPBs.
One here. There's 2 left,
There's
right?
one here too as well. It was
There's one
divided.
here.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's 2
Oh wait,
there.
but did we take away
I think
the
it
one?
went under.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. There's
So-
2 and then 1.
The
Yeah.
2 that are by the engine, I'm going to go ahead and bite into the engine.
You can play with it, right?
And are they stuck or something?
Huh?
Are they adhered?
In there? Yeah, but they can still, I mean, as long as they're
Over
here,
here?
they can still chew.
They're adhered still. Oh, because you cast it over
Yeah.
here, yeah.
The only reason that they're not chewing through the stuff over there is because now there is just so many layers of things on there. There's fire, there's Gibbs. So these things are definitely digging away. The hull takes an additional 11 points of damage.
11.
And the one that is near you, Gibbs, is going to attempt a strength check.
Okay. Can I hinder it in some way?
I don't believe so, but you don't need to. It rolls a 5. It rolls a 9, and that becomes a 5. So it like
snort it, like-
tries to get through and tries to get out. You see the green light flicker and begin to go back to blue. It seems stuck and unable to move. It can't get its pincers down to like grind away at the ground. So currently immobilized. That is all of the Cyberceps. Give me 1 second here. Bubs, from where you are, you can see a little glowing begin from inside that engine. One of them seems to be ready to split. But that is their turn. Shade, what would you like to do?
So I only see this one left.
Correct. Kind of covered in fire extinguisher goo.
All right, I'm gonna. I can attack and then move, right?
Correct.
I
You just can't
break
move
it
and
up.
then like
Yeah.
move again.
Until
You can't
next
break up
level
your
when I
movement,
take
yeah.
the fucking-
But Gibbs is useless in this situation. Can't do anything about this problem.
So I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go.
Gibbs are the
getting full action both.
Nice.
Natural 20.
hey,
Wow,
very
that's
nice.
great.
You don't even need to roll damage on that. So yeah, as you fire,
Can I get
this
wiggled
last
loose?
creature,
I'm so sorry.
it's because you have all this extra room. You're just abusing it.
It's normally I'm over here leaning
Yeah.
over.
And then
So, at this moment, as you like point down, this creature is trying to wriggle free, and it suddenly pops out of this like goo, and you see it takes a couple more steps, and it begins to gnaw on the bottle. And right as the grinders begin to like go fast, and it begins to lower down, suddenly Shade fires, and it pops this thing. It explodes into UPBs. And the little ricocheting UPBs seem to like separate the elements of the adhering deck, and you are free from that situation. So there you go.
And then I immediately run over and I can't do anything, but I move there and
problem.
see that there's shit going on.
Yeah, there is spark, there is smoke. That is your turn, Shade. That brings us to the top of the round. One more. Just pop right out there into the engines.
Spice is gonna shoot the one that popped out of
Make your attack roll. It's your turn.
May starter laser.
Your starter laser.
Nice.
30-20.
Yeah,
Nice.
that hits.
Okay, it's going to be.
You may not do enough damage to kill it, but it definitely hits.
Well, it's
At least like.
at least 3 fire.
Okay. Oh, guess
Gotta
it's
stay on
only-
the table.
Only 3 fire.
Plus 2, 5 points.
Just
of
enough.
fire
It has 5
damage.
points of health. And so you
Spice
fire
like squeaks out a
as
bullet.
it like peels out and you hear this grind as it separates into 2. It emerges and it has this little like grinding thing and it's about to bite down into the engine and you explode it. Just UPBs everywhere.
Nice.
Anything else, Spice?
Spice is going to go over there and pick up because you can pick up UPVs, right?
Oh yeah.
She's gonna start picking up UPVs and just like shoving them in all the pockets of her clothes.
Literal fistfuls. Like there are dozens and dozens that you were just shoving in there, no
It's like
problem.
picking up sand, right?
It's a little it's you know those like,
Like
fusion
gravel.
beads?
Oh yeah.
They look in my mind exactly like that. Little gray fusion beads. But
Like the little
spilling
foamy
out of his
ones
mind's
that like
hands.
kind of have that squish.
yes,
thing?
yes. So that is your turn, Spice. Echo, with 2 of them left, is going to take attacks against one of them. It's going to make the stealth check, or the computer's check. Natural 20 on a hit.
Yeah.
And so,
Way to go, Ken!
Echo just kind of ducks around the corner, and then you can see the pistol, only the pistol from the side of the corner, like aimed towards one of these creatures, and it just fires inside. The engine stops smoking quite as badly. There is only one of them left digging around in there. But that is Echo's turn.
It's time for Bubs to go fishing. That's a natural 20.
Wow, holy fuck, we're killing it.
So, Bubs, as this final creature is in there, go ahead and tell us how it happens, because that's the last one, I believe.
Imagine Bubs just like, he gets ready to do it and he just accidentally drops the Dothko and it just perfectly lands in and grabs it.
Phenomenal. So you are about to swing it, and the last moment, the one that Spice shoots is just destroyed, and so you hesitate and you drop the weapon almost in fright. And as it drops, it just goes perfect. The weight of it straight down the haft. The 2 sides of the Doth go perfectly straight, so it doesn't wobble to either side. It's just perfect pressure straight down. And there is a clunk and a few UPBs just scatter out the bottom. But you are all out of initiative. And you have defeated the Cyberceps Coleoptera outbreak.
I get my fingers underneath the tile that's got the adhesive on it and just kind of yank the tile up and start to use that like flypaper, picking up all of the UPBs in the engineering bay to try and like collect from this situation as much as we can to
Are you
repair it.
stuck?
I got unstuck with your nat 20.
Oh.
So I can like now use this tile that I'm like boop 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 like flypaper
How long does the adhesion
until
last?
Until I touch it again.
Oh, very
It's
nice.
Infinite.
yeah.
And so it doesn't lose it when you do it to another one?
I don't think so. I think I can do it.
It's
Let me
like,
see.
is there concentration in
There is.
Starfinder?
Yeah, I have stuff
I'm
I
not a
concentrate on.
spellcaster, so I don't know shit.
My ring of
Spells.
steam is a
And
concentration.
here becomes charged with energy, must blah blah blah. Entangled. No. Dismissed by touching again.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
It's permanent. Otherwise.
Very nice. So yeah, you just take this molecularly altered gooey floor tile,
Yeah.
the top of the smuggler's compartment, and you just begin slapping it down. And like before too long, it's not picking up anything because it is just straight like a panel of UPB.
Spice is also gonna do the same thing.
I will present that to Shay.
We don't have an engineering
nope,
bay anymore.
We have
because
UPBs.
Yeah, but we need the engineering bay.
like as soon as the last one's done, Shade is gonna start doing repairs and getting the ship like on emergency like we gotta go to emergency docking to like just get somewhere to make repairs because the ship is not looking good.
You look over and in the countdown, you're about 14 hours away from the Eclipse Mall. And so like that's the closest place probably to go. So no problem. You spend some time gathering up the UPB because they go everywhere, all
Right.
throughout the ship. You like open the bathroom and they're on the floor there. Gibbs, under your bed, a lot of the stuff, a lot of the junk and trash that's been accumulating, like caved in when one of them emerged out. And so some of it is like missing and kind of disorganized, and you may have lost elements of that junk trove that you've been building up.
Fuck.
But you have lost the engineering bay, you have lost the motorcycle.
I run over to the cryo chamber.
Cryo chamber's fine.
I high five Crumbs as Crumbs, and go back about my
Just
day.
gonna go over to our drone.
Okay. You go over, and the drone is basically just nothing to be seen.
Wow.
The entirety of the drone, the first thing that was hit by this
The
outbreak.
rioter is okay?
The rioter seems fine.
Okay, cool.
What about my garden?
Your garden seems fine as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so she's just pulling out a cigarette and then using Quick Patch to get repairing quicker.
Okay.
And just starting to repair the most essential pieces of the ship that got damaged.
No problem.
Basically assessing first and then just spending the rest of
The
the time.
structural integrity of the ship is somewhat compromised, but there aren't any systems that are down. And so it's not like you're even really limping back, but you certainly don't want to get into a fight.
Yeah. So repairing and then just ripping cigs the whole time.
No problem.
I'm gonna go check on Tombstone.
You go to check on Tombstone. The entire ship has various smells of cigarette smoke and actual fire smoke and fire extinguisher. So it's quite a complex, kind of acidic aroma.
Bubs is gonna start cleaning.
Okay.
He's like putting on
Air
gloves, and
freshener.
He's like, this is my element.
Yeah. Somewhere off in the distance, you hear a little as like the little cleaning drone also is dispatched.
Budge starts cleaning faster.
You see, it just goes faster. But because it is about to be 8 o'clock, we're going to step away for a quick break. So it is 7:55. We'll be back at 8:05. We'll see you then. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Starfinder, Mosaic Team 5. Just making sure our cameras are still on because somebody keeps headbutting them.
I'm getting in a character, Joe.
Did a little that way. and
Thank
a
you for
little
sticking
up.
with us through the break if you
you're
did.
good.
If not, welcome to Starfinder. We'll jump right back into our game. You have defeated the Cyberceps Coleoptera, the Cyberceps bugs that are prone to wreaking havoc in starships. Though you did take some damage, you were able to escape without too many of your systems lost. Though Shade, you did bear the brunt of the items lost to these creatures. You all now have about 13 hours until the eclipse maw. What would you like to do?
We're all very tired.
Messaging Peep to report our status as I spend 13 hours repairing the ship.
Okay. Is anybody taking the time to count up the UPB? It would take a couple hours.
I mean,
Spice would.
part of it would
I
be,
give
I
her
guess,
the-
collecting the UPB
Okay.
to
So
do the repairs.
as you are collecting the UPB, it becomes almost like Spice sets up a station in the area that has a table, and you guys are bringing like baskets and Gibbs's like sticky floor panel and like bags of these UPB.
Imagine as Spice is doing that, Bubs is gonna like try to be a little bit romantic. So he's gonna like maybe like sit around Spice and like maybe draw her a picture, write some poems.
Can you count this bag?
Oh, no,
Or here, scrape. She'll scrape
kinda
over a
icky.
tile.
You know what's really romantic? Counting. Over the course of about 2 hours, you are all able to together gather 13,000 UPBs.
Does that include the engineering bay and the gun I gave up?
It does. No, it does not include the gun that you gave up,
Okay.
which
I would
is
like
a pretty
those
substantial
UPBs too,
amount. Give me one
please.
second here.
You voluntarily just let the remains of
The
one
Kalindigisness number.
You can add a
Never say that
total
word again.
of 16,000 UPB.
Excuse me, 16.
But I think I'm officially gunless. I think Gibbs has officially no weapons.
Alright, so
got a
Spice
bunch
is
in
going to
armor.
give you back this hand cannon if you decide to trash it again. I don't care. It's ugly.
There's
It
like
is
a
ugly.
decent number of weapons in the armory.
If you tell me what they are, I might pick a different one.
I'll tell you later.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I'm just like
Okay.
chain smoking and repairing the ship after I would have messaged Pete.
I'm also
You
gonna
know.
go to sleep.
Yeah.
I need
Okay.
to heal up.
Who's resting?
I'm gonna
Fine.
wait 1 second and talk to Shade
Okay.
first. Hey,
Oh,
I have to still, you could still be infected. Could you take a break for 10 minutes?
Fine.
And I'm gonna sit you in a chair, and start to kind of like comb through the hair, like pick up the clothes, start to kind of like do it, but I'm doing it a little slowly.
Doesn't really have much clothes.
No, but you've got like
Turned off.
Pants.
like the creases of the biological and unbiological components are like
Shade
where I
is
think it would hide. Much like
Mostly
fleas.
metal.
I check your joints, bitch. Whatever the semantics of that look like.
You go through the android's folds.
Yeah.
So, I know you're pretty tough, and I know you're gonna want to repair the ship, but you need to sleep. You're gonna be no use to us in the morning if you're still as hindered and clumsy as you seem to be right
we
now.
need to get back to the Eclipse Mall before anything else happens.
The ship's on
I can rest
autopilot.
when we get there.
Even if something happens, you're gonna be useless to
If
us.
someone were to encounter us right now, we're extremely vulnerable.
I can stay up and help, but you need to rest. We need to take shifts.
I will rest when we get to the Eclipse Mall.
You're beat. You're still bleeding from the last fight.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. You matter. Your health and well-being matters.
Enough. When we get to the Eclipse Mall.
It might be too late. You're gonna be even more exhausted.
I'm leaving, going to repair.
Okay.
Bubs is
Are
going.
you following Gibbs?
Do I feel like I've done a sufficient job of checking for primanisms?
Make a medicine check.
Cool.
What an engineering.
Ooh, 19 plus a million.
Yeah.
Cool.
You have a very very quickly you ascertain that there's no primatism on Shade, but you like take a little bit longer as you have this conversation just to like extend it, and then at a certain point Shade just rips away. But you are pretty confident he doesn't have any.
Do I think I have the capacity to solve the like somewhat permanent exhaustion-y thingy? Based on like
What is that total medicine check?
Oh sure. So 19 plus I think medicine is 14. So that's 30
33.
33
Minus 1.
minus 1
32.
32.
You, at the moment, especially in your tired state, don't have any real capacity to heal this.
Right.
Time heals all wounds. But there are other things that may help. You are going to the Eclipse Mall. Bubs had said that there was an apothecary there, and so maybe
I knew
that
that
would be a
guy.
place that you could go and check out.
And then I'll just go talk to Gravestone
Okay.
real quick.
Tombstone.
Tombstone. Whatever his name is.
Bubs is going to
Cemetery guy.
basically he'll take like a little nap with Spice, and then he'll probably wake up and continue his sketch of her
Okay.
and like his poetry that he's getting ready to show her.
Make a so for this drawing,
Bubs is very, very good at drawing.
do you have any talent or skill or background for it?
No, but I've been definitely through the campaign doing
Arts
various
and crafts. That's canon.
Make a sleight of hand check and take a +2 conditional modifier for your
I'm excited to see the Dan poem that you've written in the
Oh, I have
voice
no-
of Bubs
I have no idea. What I'm
for Spice.
Oh, that's a 16 plus 0.
My
16 plus 0. You begin to sketch, and though this is not something that you are trained in necessarily, part of your germ avoidant nature is that you have a pretty good attention to detail, and so that definitely channels itself into the work that you do. But no problem, you work on that. Shade. A little bit of time goes by and you make some progress. To make real meaningful progress on this, you need to dock. And so, you do what you can. Right around the end of this trip, when you guys have about 2 hours left, many of you are probably waking up. Is there anything that any of you want to do before you reach the Eclipse Mall?
Yeah, Tombstone.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Tombstone.
you're good.
Poem.
Okay, we'll get there in a second.
So I'll like,
Excuse
do
me.
I wake up feeling better
Yeah.
entirely?
No.
Okay, cool. Then I take
Give me
my,
a second, let me-
but I get my resolve, I get my spell slot, so I feel like better, my jar. I take part of my rest is taking a moment to kind of sift through the junk that got eaten, finding like salvageable pieces to feed to my bottle.
Now, tell me, you have lesser restoration, correct?
No, because the fucking worst part about my thing is that every time I get a new spell slot, it forces me to upgrade, so I get a better version of it, but the better version I have is actually remove affliction. I had lesser restoration last level,
Okay.
so it sucks, because like...
Well, if you have remove affliction, isn't that just better?
Make a fortitude saving throw as you awake, and this is for anybody who has negative levels. Every day.
And I have the ring of spell,
Yes.
ring of whatever,
Mark 1,
save.
ring of
Fortitude
resistance. Or whatever. Mark
14
2,
including, plus 1 minus 1 is
Okay.
13.
13, okay.
So we are making fortitude saving
Correct.
throws? Okay.
22 minus 1.
Okay. And actually, Shade, are you sleeping?
No.
Oh, never mind then. You don't have to make one.
You don't
You
get
just get to keep all your negative levels. 21?
Yeah.
Bubs, when you wake up after this nap, maybe it was just finally being back in the armory. Maybe it was, taking this little nap next to the person that you love so much. But when you wake up, you are revitalized and energized, and you have no negative levels. You only had 1, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you lose that negative level. You wake up, and you still feel like shit.
Aw.
I feel like I drank that cocktail you made on Aura's Bay.
So,
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to whoever's in the the place I sleep, the crew
Spice.
quarters, and then I'll go find Tombstone wherever he may be resting.
yeah. He's in the med bay. That's where you set him up, and so he's just kind of hanging out, but no problem.
Hey,
Oh, hello.
how you doing?
I'm doing quite okay.
Okay. How are you feeling about your future endeavors?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, like, I saw you have a conversation with Shay, but I don't know what you had talked about. Are we turning you in, or? I don't want to, obviously.
I think we still maybe have some things to do. I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
Okay. We only have like 2 hours left. And then once we land, I've got some shit to take care of. So I don't want to leave you on your own, but unfortunately that seems like the reality of it. Normally I'd be like there to sort of block the pistol whips and like whatever, but like kind of on your own, my friend.
He kind of like shrugs a little bit and he says, I think I'll be okay. You've all been very fair. And
We've just been busy. We're usually quite unfair, but we're a little distracted.
make an intimidation
Unforgiving.
check.
Not intimidation.
With our-
I am speaking earnestly,
Okay.
so I would prefer diplomacy.
Okay. Make a diplomacy check.
21.
Okay.
And just like it's matter of fact, it's like Gibbs's perception of like how the crew is to other folks. And like
You can see he seems a little nervous all of a sudden, and he goes, "Oh well, I guess it's good that it was an eventful journey."
yeah. So you probably would do good to just sort of make yourself scarce upon landing, so that
Okay.
way everyone kind of forgets about you.
I'll do my best, but I if I run away, I don't want to make anybody mad.
I mean, he didn't like knock you out and put you in the cryo chamber, so I'm considering that like a win-win.
Well,
Here, and I'll hand him 500 credits.
he looks, and you kind of like you touch your comms and you initiate the transfer, and you can see he smiles and he goes, "Oh, that really won't be necessary."
Oh, well, then you
And
can
he just
use that.
declines the transaction, and he says, "I'm not going to run away. Shade, as hard as he is to read, was reasonable."
Wow, you're so honorable. I wish. And I let that thought die in my throat. Can I ask you what you meant? You know the grandmother. You seemed excited and familiar.
Well, I know about her, but I've never had any kind of interaction like that.
So I'm on this like quest, life quest, grand quest. You know.
Did you get to choose your quest, or is this?
I mean, it's sort of as a byproduct of choosing the bottle.
You can see at this point he's like turned all the way now. He's like very engaged in this conversation.
Like, so you told me that you got to go to like some fancy magic school and like learn some fancy magic stuff.
Yes.
And I didn't get to do that. So the quest organically becomes, where did I get the talent, or am I just a conduit, or is the bottle a parasite? That being the primanism, I think it was being honest when it said that it and I were alike.
Well, what do you mean?
And I started telling the story about, like, sort of like Gibbs's, like, birth into magic and also, like, her uphill battle to save her species despite just sort of the fragility of the Ysoki species.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, in addition to that fragility organically, just, like, the environment not being conducive to thriving.
Okay.
And sort of, all I want to do is, if I could, make things better everywhere I go, but I keep through that journey leaving a wake of exploded brains and garbage and litter and Shay keeps being mad about it and mad at me, and then like I hurt Spice's feelings once, and
Those seem like maybe separate problems.
Yeah.
It seems like those are social problems. The other ones, Gibbs, in a way, I think all of us are conduits. I don't think any of us is necessarily magical.
but if I got rid of this jar and I put that burden down like you said, what if I don't, what if I'm not, what if I can't do it anymore?
Well, who would you be then?
Literally no one.
I don't think that's true.
I wouldn't be able to work here anymore, and I wouldn't be able to go home and turn my face in and solve any of their problems, and I couldn't save.
Gibbs, in the asteroid, you chose everything that you did. If you take your bottle away, and you take your spells away, and you take all of that away, you take this team away, you still have your decisions.
But this gives me the luxury of choice.
This
I would
gives you
have
the
fun.
luxury of power. But you have friends. I've never had this. And he looks like kind of past, and you can see like out the med bay door, like you see like Squeak just like running by, grabbing something, and like you can hear things going on. Like you hear Spice yelling at Bubs to count something, and like all this kind of chaos happening. And he says, "That's really the luxury that you have. You can afford to put things down, and if things change, I think your friends will be there for you."
Time will tell. You're content to turn yourself in, whatever that might look like. Mosaic's always looking for medical officers. It's why they accepted me in the first place. If you have that capacity, there might be a job waiting for you at some point.
I'm afraid I'm going to be going back to the academy.
Who wants you?
The academy.
Oh, you owe tuition?
The
Those student loans get you? I'm sorry.
That's
the
too close.
Really get us all.
of these academies is more than just money. This is technology, implants,
Oh.
things that are quite expensive. And so each of us, the students, we're all investments. We're not that different from you, it seems.
It's a trade-off, but at least you know what you were trading for. Was it a choice? Did you get to do this?
You can see his expression gets a little bit hard to read for a second. You can make a sense motive check if you want. But very quickly he just says, "I chose to continue staying there, yes."
30.
There is definitely conflict there, and you get the sense that they don't really know.
Okay.
And
Well,
kind of seeing you look at them like that, they say, "I mean, my father really wanted me to go, and it was his idea, and of course, who doesn't want to make their father proud? But I'm not especially good at this, and it hurts. You know that just as much as I do.
yeah.
It's a responsibility."
Can you... So I can heal, that's kind of my thing, and then I can sense dead people. Can you help my friend Shade at all? He's refusing to sleep, and he's conflicted in a lot of ways, but is there any bandage you could put on him that might help temporarily?
He seems to consider that and then says, "I could make him much larger for a very brief period of time."
Could you make him smaller?
Yes.
I'll consider that one. I think about how Gibbs always pictures the image of Shade like sitting on her shoulders and
Yeah.
like the devil Shade and like kind of like snickers to herself like about making that like a reality and like how she's like expressed in some ways through her like mind's link doing it. But like feels like better, and we'll spend sort of the rest of the time kind of like socially chit-chatting about life on the ship as they're starting to like dock and like
Okay, yeah, no problem.
whatever. Moving on from the conversation.
Sure.
So I imagine Bubs is like drawing Spice, and he's like,
Spice is asleep now.
Okay.
Like snoring, drooling, like legs all over the table. I mean,
This is like, you see the image and
Sprawled
the
out.
drawing itself, like very nice, artistic, like beautiful shapes, geometry, and then it like zooms up and it's just like a monster on the bed. Like that. It's the super close up zoom in on like Ren and Stimpy cartoons.
babe, wake up!
I almost drowned in my saliva.
I want to show you my drawing.
Spice blinks open her eyes, feels around for glasses, then realizes she doesn't need glasses because she's got two perfect fucking laser eyes.
Yes,
She
you
goes,
do.
"Oh yeah, what? Yeah."
This is what I like to call poetry in motion. And I show you the picture of Spice that's like half drooled, sleeping on the bed.
I imagined it very much like Titanic, that kind of like a drawing, like
Kate
in
Winslet.
repose. Yeah, very much like
Like
that.
there's still a little hint of drool, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
still like
exactly.
masked by
Like
the
languid.
Yeah.
So Spice was going to look at Bubbles, be like, in her mind, she's thinking, "Is this something that I hit? Am I supposed to punch this? But she doesn't say it out loud.
It looks
and-
like a mirror, but
Yeah, so she's like going through it. She's like, it's not presented in the same way, so I don't think so. She goes, it's beautiful, I love it! And then waits for a reaction to make sure she reacted appropriately.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
She's
so
like getting ready to put. I love it. Yeah.
Bub is like
Puts her
half
fist down.
ready to flinch. You know, I wrote you this poem, like, babe, you're like the rock of my heart. You're like the apple of my eye. Like, honestly, if like Cleopatra was like alive today, you'd be her. You're like,
That means nothing to you, by the way.
Yeah.
Being from
Like, I don't
Castroval,
know,
no
so-
idea who Cleopatra is.
you're like, you're
Who's
like.
Cleopatra?
Oh well, let me finish.
Who's that bitch?
You're like,
Fuck is Cleopatra?
Lover?
my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, what?
well, it's like a famous, the famous beautiful person.
I don't know.
Well, you're like, you're also like this statue, like you're like the Venus de Milo, but like you're wearing like leather straps instead of like naked, and you're like Mona Lisa, but like with a pixie cut, and like I'll always love you, and I'll never like hold any like lies from you or like hold any secrets or and like I never hold any and Bub starts hiccuping. That's,
Did you?
What did you just say? What?
sorry,
You'll never what?
I think
That was actually Robert Frost.
babe, I think I have the hiccups. I've never had these before.
Is that a human thing?
It's,
Should I get gifts?
I don't know, babe.
I heard my name.
Suddenly, you just hear just like
she has
scattering around rapid mass pace on the Heelys, just straight through.
Oh,
Oh, nice painting. I like it.
yeah, that's kind of private.
Oh, I got the cure for these, and I like honk your nose, and then I'm like, okay, now upside down, and I start to like pull you to get upside down.
Well, he's talking about keeping secrets and lying to me, so.
Oh,
Right now, Gibbs, you are holding Bubs basically upside down, where he's like turned in the bed, so now his feet are on the bed, like, and he's a little bit upside down, and you're holding the nose.
okay. Tell me when your hiccups stop.
No, I'm just kind of dizzy.
Okay, we can't be dizzy and hiccuping at the same time, so it sounds like it works.
No, can you let
If
go?
he faints, do the hiccups go away?
I assume so. I don't know. It's not a perfect science, and I let go.
No, I still have them.
Well, you gotta do it for longer. It's a
Oh.
tolerance thing.
What happens if I
Gibbs,
keep
make a medicine check.
having these forever? And Steele told me that
18
some
plus a
people can
million.
have them for their entire lives, and then they have to go live on like like a leper colony, but like for
14
people with hiccups.
Plus 18 is.
You listen to Bubs' panic attack, and first of all, what he's saying, it's not technically wrong. There are instances of hiccups lasting like literally for years. That being said, long ago, people figured out how to cure that. 5 milligrams Haldol, easy.
5
And so-
milligrams held up.
Haldol.
Do I have
Or sorry,
that?
5 milligrams of Ativan, not Haldol.
Oh, Ativan? Great.
Yeah. And so no problem.
Oh,
this is
this-
real
yeah.
life, by the way.
This solves your
I can't remember-
hiccups.
Does she have Ativan?
I don't remember. Yeah,
I
she
made my
would.
med bay, I would.
I don't know that. I can't remember if it's Haldol or Ativan, but the actual. I knew a man who would get hiccups for up to 3 or 4 days in a row, and he couldn't sleep or eat, and so he would have to go to the doctor, and they would give him an injection of 5 milligrams, I think, of Haldol. It's either Haldol or Ativan.
Great.
Oh well, if you don't know, I don't know. I don't know.
Gibbs has that
Take-
thought and is
milligrams of
like,
Each
yeah, like, it's not gonna hurt, and just,
So it gives us to like run back, and so you do have a little bit of time until Gibbs can draw that up.
Babe, if I have these forever, you'll still love me, right?
Of course. What? A little hiccup's not gonna scare me away, as long as they're not contagious.
Well, I mean, maybe we should kiss, just to, try and see if they are.
Spice accepts the challenge.
Okay, Gibbs, you come back and the door is shut.
Talon says it's Thorazine.
Thorazine, yes, that makes sense. Thank you.
I opened the door because I assumed they didn't lock it.
Okay.
No, that's not what.
Stab into the neck.
Okay, so you are kissing Spice. You fall into her arms. It's been a moment, and so like finally you got, and then just shoof from right behind, and a needle is injected
Like that
into
scene
you,
in Pulp
and your body gets real cool. It's like a rush of heat, and then your body gets real cool, and you look at Spice, and you're getting kind of sleepy, and like your jaw starts kind of like just almost, it's like you feel like there's something gritty in your jaw, and you can just kind of like get it out a little bit. So you keep having to like click your jaw, but hiccups are gone. Little tardive dyskinesia, but hiccups are gone.
Why did you start hiccuping when you talked about keeping secrets from me? What is that about?
I'm sorry, babe. I'm just a little tired. I think that was just part of the
Tired, huh?
poem.
Okay.
You don't have hiccups now, do you? Are you okay?
Hiccups aren't contagious.
Oh, they're not?
You know what? Yawning is contagious, though.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be mindful about that.
Well, yawning's not a big deal.
Well, it is when you're trying to stay alert.
Yeah, like we should probably rest.
We're gonna be there soon. It's exciting. Will you help me?
With what?
Talking to.
Just the room.
Yes.
Cool. There's probably, and I'll look on my phone real quick. I'm looking for, Funerals R Us. Bed, Bath, and Crematorium.
They went out of business years ago.
And then Spice
Yeah.
realizes what she
Suicide.
said yes to and goes, I have a better idea.
Yeah.
You know that candle that you got me?
Mm-hmm.
And you know that priest outfit that I have?
The
Maybe.
sexy one?
Not the sexy
The
one.
sexy
The
one.
other one.
The sexiest funeral of all
Oh, the
time.
religious guard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
lots of tassels.
Yeah. Not as sexy. I
No,
wish it were.
no.
I
If
think
it was
it's
just a
sexy.
little bit tighter around the hips, it could be okay. But
I
it's
still
really
think
good.
it's
So where's
sexy.
the idea coming?
So interestingly, right next to the where you got that first outfit, which I believe is called Leathers and Feathers, there is a place that is called the Swan Song, and that is in fact not a funeral home, but they sell things in which you can use for funerary rites, caskets, little things.
Do they have... So my thought,
Mhm.
Gibbs' Hearts of Hearts.
Yep.
If she worked really hard to recover this body, realizes she can't really do anything with it, but someone else deserves what's left more than she does to do with as they please.
Okay.
That's like not a choice she should make. So she wants to cremate it, and if that looks like what would happen to Red in like the engine, like if she can get ashes from that, she'll do that. Like whatever she thinks the like logical but most respectful solution to deal with like Crumbs' body, so she can give it to Crip. She wants to pursue.
Sure. So, you can absolutely use the engines to cremate a body.
Yeah.
In terms of getting ashes, there is the potential for that. That's a check, because that's not really what it's supposed to be used for. So what you're really doing is, this entire engine compartment was designed specifically to not allow energy to go into the ship. And you are now trying to reverse that a little bit so that you can get some of the ashes to just squeak out.
Okay. So I describe my plan and see where it aligns with your plan, Spice. Because your plan seems to be after the body has been dealt with.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with
Yeah,
what I
okay.
was
So,
gonna do.
cool. Can I get your help?
Yeah.
In the engineering
Cool.
bay.
And then can I go to the kitchen?
Yeah.
I want to get a sieve.
Yeah, no problem.
And my thought is and like cheesecloth, things that like metal meshes.
Yep.
I want to create, because I got some time. I can take 10 to do this. Create a filter to help to help salvage the pieces I want to salvage and help me like make this check better.
Can Bubs assist?
Yeah, like I'm asking for help.
So, okay. So
And I'm
Bubs
okay
is
with
going to
it.
help,
Bubs
and
has a small drill.
Spice is
You
going
probably
to
drill
help.
some holes through like a
No
bowl,
problem.
a bowl or something.
I would say with a +6 conditional modifier from Spice and a +6, so a total of +12 conditional modifier, go ahead and make an engineering check, Gibbs.
Engineering.
It's a +4 because I'm high end, but damn.
Minus. Oh no, not minus one.
No.
No, I'm still
Plus
minus
one.
You're
one.
the only one.
You're getting
who's
help
still
from
fine.
everybody but the person who's probably the best suited for.
Can I
building
think about
filter.
that and like
Yeah,
ask
I mean,
them?
absolutely. That's not a roll.
When
You
I,
can be
like-
like,
alright.
oh man, we're building stuff. Shade's probably the person to ask.
Shade.
I'm like right there.
Okay. We're all like close around that one, and I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah, you can just like walk across, I think.
Hi.
Yes, Gibbs.
This is what I would like to do, and I would like to say this. And I'm going to tell you the whole plan really fast and be like, can you help me salvage ashes from the engine that I can then give to chimps? I have this sieve and this colander and this metal salad bowl with hum holes plugged in it.
Gibbs,
Yes?
with all due respect, Crumb's remains are a very low priority for me right now.
This is an easy problem to solve. The ship you're barely making progress on.
Is not meant for that. When we get to the Eclipse Mall, you can handle the remains in a more respectful manner.
They don't have a place for me to do that. It's this or nothing. And it's you help me, or we end up with more bodies in the ship and I hurt the ship. I'm not asking for permission, but I'm asking your help.
The overheads go off, and you just hear, "Please do not leave bodies in me."
How feasible is this plan actually?
We've done it once. Proven feasible.
The first part of it, to make a body into ashes, super feasible. To get a little bit of the ashes out in a way that is safe while still burning through space, harder.
It depends how much ash we really want to collect.
Exactly. So if you want just like a symbolic amount of ash, that's easier.
Yeah.
If you're really looking for like an amount that is, quantifiable in a real sense, it's a little tougher to do.
Can I do it so that it's, checks the box, but does it expediently and with no risk to our safety?
So you want to do as respectful a job as you can that will take nothing out of safety, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Like, yeah, like relatively respectfully, but pretty quickly. Like, don't want to spend too much time on this because I got to get back to doing stuff that matters.
yeah, you could.
Okay.
If I see you, it's half-hearted, and so I'm gonna sense your
I'm not.
motive.
I mean,
25. Like, if I think that you're like sort of like gonna do it like a bitch.
I mean,
It's. I'm
I don't
asking for your
give off
help.
Any.
It's more coming from like when you do that insight check, this is just like, this is the most logical thing to do. You're looking for emotional help from an android, and you've done that before. It's not always the most successful.
I imagine me and Spicer, you said we all came, right?
Yeah, we're all like sort of
I
clustered
imagine,
around with having
I
this
imagine
conversation.
Bubs is probably just gonna put like a hand on Gibbs's shoulder and be
He's a jerk.
not say that, but like, yeah, come on, it's I know, Gibbs. And just like like a shoulder pad.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it the way that I've described
Okay.
to avoid any actual like safety hazards, and don't really care if we get a full amount of ash, I guess.
So this will produce, if you choose to do it this way, about a handful of ash.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
That's more than enough.
No problem. Make an engineering check.
Sieves. Cheesecloth.
Bubs
Spice
will,
is ready.
Bubs will go to the medical bay and grab one of Gibbs's virals,
Okay.
and
29.
very very artistically he'll like write crumbs on it,
Okay.
and like maybe like a he'll ask Gibbs when they were born and like probably got an end date.
Okay. Yeah. No
Gives
problem.
us none of that information.
Bubs will
Make
just
it up.
Bubs knows
the
Bubs
end
knows
date.
the end date. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like birthday's not a
Question
thing.
mark slash
407
Yeah.
2250.
we hardly knew ye.
Yeah. So no problem. You do that. And with a 29 plus an additional +6 conditional modifier from the rest of the group helping out as such that they do, no problem. You can do this.
Nice.
You gain a handful of ash, but you lose the remains of crumbs. Are there specific parts that you wanted to keep, you said?
No, because like I wouldn't take a body part because like gives us against that.
Yeah.
Does he have like left on his person anything that I think has like a keychain or anything that's like sentimental more than like the junk falls ones, or like I sifted through his remains.
Yeah, you already kind of got everything
Yeah.
that's like personal effects.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will like clean the personal effects if I think that Chip would appreciate
Yeah,
them.
I think
yeah.
so.
So like whatever like I feel like I can package this as.
Okay. So you have his communicator. You look at the clothing; it's torn in half.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot left.
Were there any like remains of the primanism?
Yeah, it's in
like
the vacuum
ash?
bag.
In the vacuum bag.
So that was separate.
Yes.
Okay, I thought the crumb bits were also in the vacuum bag.
No.
So, I mean, it's
Separate bags.
Okay, but so that's still in the cryo chamber. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And that was given, I think, to Echo because she asked for it for Vess, and I.
It's in the cryo.
It's in the cryo chamber.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I do that and then I get back to work.
So before too long, as you go about your various tasks, this clock ticks down pretty quickly. And is there anything else that you want to do before you arrive at the Eclipse Mall?
I'm gonna go to Chips and Crumbs.
How much
Okay.
hull repair have I done in the 13 hours?
Very small amount. Negligible to the point where like it really is, you know, you're going to be landing in a spaceport, and so they can do this very expediently. You've kept things safe up until now.
Okay.
I'm gonna send a follow-up message to Steele, asking him if he's had any luck finding a PI.
And you get back pretty quickly.
Oh, jeez.
Been busy.
Very much.
Started seeing a new lady.
Been busy.
Pirates.
The pirates seem to have shifted away, but things are going missing all over the place now. If you're in the area, we could really use your help.
I'm gonna text him back. I'm gonna text him back the information about the Echo bounty, and how people. Oh, we found this Echo bounty, and people thought it was pirates, but maybe it's not. So we're not really sure. And well, what? But so, that's sidetracked. What do you need? Where are you? Are you still on Earth?
So you send all that, and then again, pretty quickly, you get a response, and it says, "Careful who you tell that to. There's a lot of people looking for this Echo unit, and some of the information that we had, that's been what's going missing. I think I have a lead on where it is. It's on a server here in Prime Station, but I can't get to it."
I'm gonna group chat the information that I have.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to my team, and I'll let you know our next steps.
Okay. No problem.
Bubs is going to then go to Shade and be like, where is Shade right now?
Probably back in the engineering bay, right?
Yes. However, as you're walking back there, one thing that they are going to say, you get a message back from Steele, and they say, "I've got a bad feeling. It's been about 2 weeks since the last one, and I think we're about due."
The last pirate raid, he means.
Pirate quote.
He said the last one. He didn't say anything
Yeah.
about what that might be.
Yeah, just that. Hey, Captain.
Yes.
We got this message from Steele, and I just thought I would, bring it to your attention because, he asked if we should, possibly investigate this on Prime Station. I know at some point we might go to Exonautica around theirs, and I know Prime Station is kind of close to there.
Thank you for letting me know, Bubs. This may be a good lead if we choose to take this mission. This information may be valuable for finding the Echo unit.
Yeah, I totally think so, and I just wanted to ask, am I living up to your expectations?
How do you mean?
Am I doing a good job as first mate? Am I I'm trying to take more of a leadership role, and I'm trying to really just emulate you.
You are performing adequately, given the circumstances that we have found ourselves in.
Okay. I hope we can maybe do some more training in the future. I really enjoyed doing that.
Well, we are scheduled to have some training soon, but we need to take some time to reassess before we take on another mission.
Yeah. You mean about, like, crumbs, right?
What about Crumbs?
Well, I mean, Crumbs just died. Aren't you, I mean, I only kind of knew him, but, you don't feel anything about that?
Crumbs means nothing to me. I am only concerned with Crumbs based on how his death affects Gibbs.
Yeah.
And by extension, the rest of you.
That makes sense, yeah. We're gonna be docking soon. I'm gonna go wake Spice up, or wherever she is. She's usually sleeping a lot. And he's gonna walk out.
Okay, no problem. And as you walk out, you all drop from the drift. As you do,
Ooh, feels
hold the
drafty
real
in here.
space, you suddenly...
Haven't done a lot of repairs on the ship, eh, Shane? It's really, there's a whole other start.
Put duct tape on
Some
it.
snow comes in. Now,
Fuck!
Get the plastic
just a
bag.
tarp, yeah. It's like when you break your car window. Yeah,
Take the
exactly.
trash bag over it with some duct
Man, those
tape.
trash bags get a lot of mileage out
I
of them.
know. Too bad all of them have been eaten.
Yeah. So you you come out of the drift, and in front of you, you can see the scorched planet that houses the Eclipse Mall in a single crater that has spared the intensity of the heat from its star. And you've done this before. You can land without issue. It is the 8th of April. You land in Bay A111. And you have found your way to the Eclipse Mall. Give me 1 second here. All right. So, you find your way over here to the Eclipse Mall. All around, as you exit, the little walls kind of give way and move out. You can see that lounge extends. And so once again, you all have access to the Silver Lounge. There are showers, the little vending machines. There is this computerized hub that extends from the wall that you can just shop straight from there if you want. But the Eclipse Mall is in front of you, the world's or galaxy's largest mall. What would you like to do?
Spice hits up Mari and Mig and goes, "Yo, party in the fucking Bay 8 or wherever the fuck we are."
Bay A111.
She sends over the coordinates.
You get a text back pretty quickly, and from me,
It's just the emojis.
Yeah, this.
she says, Mari and I got a condo while you guys were gone. We upgraded a little bit. You should
Party
come
at
see.
your house, bitch!
Where is it?
You send that, and then another message comes, and she says, yeah, you guys should come by.
Hell yeah, I'll be right there!
Where?
Give us however long it takes to get there.
Eclipse Condominium AE 129.
AE 129.
And so you punch that into your communicator,
It's only
and it
3 minutes
puts
away.
a little red dot over on this.
Wait.
It's not too far away.
So they got it at the Eclipse Mall, so is this dawn?
You have no idea.
They're gonna move?
You have no idea.
Guys, Mari and me got a condo over here. Let's go check out their new pad.
Oh, yeah, that sounds so much fun.
I have some stuff I need to take care of.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that first.
Yeah.
Tone shift.
And gives it sort of kind of goes over to the sink and kind of resets to default Gibbs. So
Okay.
puts back on the cargo vest and is a little messy, but kind of less messy than she has been in the past, but still still a little gross, but not super gross.
Okay.
And just sort of takes the time to get back to her her roots as much as she can in 10 minutes.
Okay. You dirty yourself a little bit and get back to basics, Gibbs. All of you, if you wish, can make your way into the Eclipse Mall. No problem.
When we get into the dock, Was there last time there was like the dude, right? Who like set us up because we're like the next level now, right?
Correct. No, there was a guard who came in after.
Oh, okay.
But you have this whole like there's a station that's there,
Right.
And you can use that to interact with the mall in a couple different ways. Yeah.
Can I like request repairs from the station to like come and do that before going off?
So when you go and you play, there's refuel and repair, just two like touchscreen buttons. If you tap
both.
repair, you could just see a little green check, ding, and there's no money associated with it. This seems to be part of your plan now.
Cool.
Does it give a countdown timer of how long it's gonna take?
Yeah, sure. 6 hours.
Cool. And then I am going to light up a cigarette and take Squeak for a pee break because he has probably
Shit, are
not
you
gone
not
in a
gonna
while.
come see Crumb's funeral? Just come as support.
I reroute the pee break towards that way.
Squeak seems to understand
Have
and
a
just
heart.
turns and continues to go. So no problem. As a group, you make your way into the Eclipse Mall. There is thousands of people here of all different shapes and sizes, humans, Sharens, Lashunta. You see just like species without count, contemplatives. You see what looks like with a very big like barrier around him, this guy who looks like he's made out of fire, who's just like walking through, no face, just like arms, big torso, legs, and just like disappears around a corner. There's like a million different species just in this one stretch alone.
Bub's just gonna reach out his hand to Spice and see if she'll walk holding his hand.
She doesn't look at him and she smirks to herself, but she'll take his hand.
Yes.
Okay.
Gibbs, as she sort of walks, this is her like funeral procession in her head. It's like her starting to gear up and thinking about what the fuck is she actually gonna say, and like how is she gonna deal with what she's presuming to be like sort of the natural grief, but also the fact that she has to find a way to say this in a way where it's not like she has to reconcile with a lot of her own failures, as well as like find a way to like have the words and be compassionate to someone else while she's still like wrestling with her own bullshit. So Gibbs is just sort of like head down, kind of slowly like tail dragging, like plodding along, like and she knows the way in her heart from like this place to this place because like she's been to both very frequently. But just over the like course of this walk is just working on it in her head.
Where's Tombstone?
So you guys left. No idea.
Howdy, bitch!
Well,
We like forgot about our bounty.
before walking
He did
away,
exactly what
like,
Gibbs said. He
Yeah.
made himself scarce.
Is
Literally.
Echo coming with us, or is Echo still on?
assume
the-
Echo's
Echo's
with
presumably
us.
just kind of like Starfinder is too complex for me to run one of your characters, so Echo is kind of autopilot for now.
All right, she's keeping watch on fucking. Or they're
She
they're-
would come with
us.
the fucking
Yeah,
funeral.
there's no way she wouldn't.
Yeah.
There's no way. She and
Like,
Gibbs are close enough that this would
yeah,
be
the
like...
social politics of anything else,
Yeah.
Echo would be like, don't wanna fuck this up.
You should play her.
Yeah.
So you make your way in that direction as a group towards the Swan Song. Or sorry, not towards the Swan
We don't
Song.
need to
You
go
guys are
anymore.
going over towards everything that glows.
Yikes.
Give me 1 second.
Spice is
here.
gonna take in a sharp breath and then release Bubby's hand and takes Gibbs's hand
Gibbs
because
will take
Gibbs is
it.
walking by herself and like obviously having a
Sad.
hard time.
Yeah, and she's tired too. Gibbs still looks very tired.
So Spice is gonna like rub her back a little bit and be like,
Okay.
this is hard, I get it.
This is hard.
You draw closer and closer, and Gibbs, with every single step, you know the dread gets heavier in your heart because you're going to tell this person that their closest relative is gone.
Yeah.
But as you get closer,
Oh wow.
you aren't really sure how to feel about it, but the lights of everything that glows are off, and the door is shuttered.
What?
And you see on it a little sign that says back in 5 minutes, but the 5 minutes part is scratched out.
Pull up my phone.
Okay.
You home?
You
We're
message.
here.
A couple of minutes pass, and then you get, why didn't you tell me you were coming?
I was a little busy. I'm sorry. Where are you?
I'm at the Alcross Crossroads. We had an opportunity to make a sale for something that we're never going to use, and they're giving us a lot of credits for it. Did you find crumbs?
I need to talk to you.
Send that text message, then another one comes back. Well, okay, I'll be back in a day. Maybe 2.
I Google Maps Alcaraz Crossroads from my location. What is that?
So there's no Google, but you go on the
Yeah.
Infosphere, and as you do, and you look on infospheremaps.infosphere, you see that the Alcaraz Crossroads is essentially a galactic equivalent to a truck stop. It is a place that many different it's kind of like Penn Station, if Penn Station were in the middle of nowhere, but still had so many different transit hubs, just based on its physical location. It's very close to Prime Station, and so being a neutral space, it is a useful crossroads. It is one of
It's
the
close to Prime Station? All right.
Yeah, it's one of the very few places that both GPF and USR forces can theoretically be.
And close to Exonautica.
Ish.
Yeah, it's all in the general.
He's on something crossroads. And
The Alcaraz Crossroads.
How do you spell that, Joe?
Alkarosh. Alka.
Or Alcrosh. I heard Alcrosh, or is it Alcarosh?
Alcaraz.
Sorry, I have so many notes because
Yeah, no worries.
Alcaraz, ALKARASH, Alcaraz Crossroads. And this is a spaceport, essentially in space, where transports these huge, like, intersolar system trains. There are transport ships that all kind of like intersect, and this is where you might get off one ship and onto another to get to parts of the galaxy.
is this
that are
one
a
of
bit more
those
distant.
places that I think I could get to in a day? Like, does it have a...
It doesn't have a drift beacon.
Okay.
The way that most people reach this is by galactic train. And so these run on these like almost light rails,
Yeah.
and they typically only extend within systems.
Okay.
The transports that come through there are either coming from the Solari system on the USR side of things, or from the GPF.
Wait, what do you know?
The Ganymede system.
And then, is there a galactic train from the Eclipse Mall to Alcaraz?
There is.
Okay.
Uh,
How long does that train take? If I look up train
So,
times?
I mean, you would need to wait a couple days for it to get there.
Okay.
But the Tony Express does end at the Eclipse Mall.
I mean, he is going to be back in like a day or 2. So it might make more sense just to wait for him to come back.
So I'm like, I start to like tell you guys this, and it's like, right, but if he's back, he said a day or 2, and like, to be honest, we're not great at time stuff, so like, that could mean a week. But you texted this thing about the stuff in Prime Station, and it kind of sounds like 3 rats, 1 nest.
What does that mean?
You know, 3 rats in the hand is worth $1 million in the nest. It
Bubs
just
is,
means
like
we
doing
could catch
math on his fingers.
3 rats, right? There's the Echo Bounty. There's your family. There's my family. All in the vicinity of Prime Station.
I mean, my family really only kind of live there, and you know, the orphanage that's there. I don't.
What about... You told us about that guy, Steve.
Oh, Steele. Yeah, I always forget that he's kind of family. Yeah. We could. He's right now on Earth, right?
He's on Prime Station.
Oh, he's on. He's back.
Yep.
Yeah, he's on Prime Station. He just got back from Earth.
So
yeah.
3 rats, 1 nest.
Bubs is gonna like, yeah, Gibbs, yeah, like in a way that like, you know, doesn't make sense to him, but like he'll be
Could
like,
we
yeah.
stop by Alcaraz for refueling?
Yeah,
How do I
refueling.
say it? Yeah.
Refueling.
Thanks.
Would we go past Alcarosh on our way to Prime Station?
I mean, you would go through the drift because you have a drift-capable ship, and so technically no. But if you wanted to, yes.
How like does it make more sense for Chip to just meet us at Prime Station?
Technically, it would make, if you want to talk about like expediency, you could probably meet, if you got chips on the way right now, you could meet chips in the Alcaraz Crossroads in like 12 hours to a day, depending on how the drift travel works out.
Okay.
Maybe. For you, tough to say.
And then we could go to Prime Station, or we could go to Prime. You meet him at Prime Station, one of the 2.
Meeting him at Prime Station might be tough. never been there before. We'd have to wait. He'd have to finish his business, which is the same thing we'd be waiting for if we were to meet him here. Here's a safer bet because we know he would get here, but
Yeah, we could just.
But we could just meet him at Alcaraz. He's been there, so he knows it.
Spice, Meeg messages you, and you just say, "Hey, are you guys coming?"
Oh, shit. Spice is gonna say so bluntly, Crumbs died, we're dealing with the death of a family member to Meeg.
Okay, you send that over, and like you see like the dots pop up, and then they go away. Then the dots pop up, and then they go away.
Yeah.
Then they pop up, and they step for like a long time, and they go away. And like Meek doesn't quite know how to respond to that.
That's
yet.
okay.
Yeah.
Spice doesn't expect.
Seems like something Mari would have been able to handle a little better.
So, is that a plan? We go... Because Echo wants to go to the place, too.
Regardless.
What is Echo?
Echo wants to chase his...
Echo is interested in pursuing that
Yes.
Echo.
Yeah, but
lead,
we don't
yes.
know if it's on Alcaraz Station.
No, it's on Prime Station, though.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh,
Oh,
Last
my god, it
scene.
literally said Alcaraz System, too.
Yeah.
Last
So, like...
And you would imagine the Alcaraz
Okay, so
crossroads
So
probably
Echo, like,
located
Kara
at the
wants to
Alcaraz.
so
pursue
the
this
Prime
boundary.
Station then.
Yeah, like, all of our
Okay.
shit's leading us towards Prime Station.
Yeah.
Spice is gonna text me and go, change of plans. Funerals at Alcaraz Station.
But we have to wait at least 6 hours to repair the ship.
She sends a message back, and she says, "Oh, well, we have some stuff here for you, but you can get it next time, I guess."
Some stuff.
We've got some time. I don't... I look at your text over
Yeah,
here.
Spice is not. She's probably like says it out loud as she's reading it
Yeah.
without even knowing. So,
You should see your friends. There's nothing that we have to do here now. We have to wait.
well, don't you want to come? She probably has presents for you.
Me?
Why wouldn't she? She said for.
I need 5,000 credits.
That's a lot of credits. Why do you
Or
need 5,000
I need
credits?
5,000 credits bookmarked.
For what?
So, and I pull out the Vesk thingy, the medical pill bottle unit thing. So I was gonna use this on Crumbs, but there's sort of two pieces to it that you have to fulfill in order for it to be useful for any of us. One of those things is the body has to be intact. I can't revive someone who's Crumbs. The other thing that it requires is I have to be able to produce a 5,000 credit worth memorial to the person. So I need 5,000 credits bookmarked for this item to be used that I could craft into whoever the person is that needs it.
Is this the like
It's the
The
Vesk.
kit
The revive.
that we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
the portable med station? or
yeah,
whatever?
the Raise Dead spell requires 5,000 credits. So I'm preemptively asking for it.
Which is separate from, or it essentially casts Raise Dead.
And then once I have the ability to cast it myself, which happens at level 10, I will also still need it. It has the ability to cast a spell that I will cast eventually,
It's basically the diamond component.
but it's the
Yeah.
the spell component is I need 5,000 credits as part of being able to use it. So but Crumbs didn't meet the first part.
Crumbs
yeah.
is not a single corpse.
Yeah.
So it's just to have it in general.
It's like I want to put it in this little pocket and I like slap on like a little like cargo shorts pocket to this pill bottle.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like for the item.
Okay, so yeah.
Well, if you're gonna
If you
give Gibbs
want-
money, then I want money.
If you want, Gibbs, you do
I
have
have
a
it.
disposable cred stick that you picked up that had
Cool.
200 credits on it, and so you could just transfer the balance to that if you want, and then put that cred stick in the actual
don't-
pill strip.
I'm not.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have it.
Oh, we don't have it from the original like
Yeah, like,
20,000?
I just like out of game.
Didn't
We just
give
don't.
us
We don't
detail?
have it.
That's fine.
'Cause
I didn't
Are you
know.
messaging Peep and asking?
Yeah,
Oh.
Spice
We
is
didn't-
going to furiously be like, "Where's the money from Stitz's bounty?"
Well, we spent it all except for.
A message comes back from Peep. How much money do you need and for what? I can put some aside.
500,000
No.
credits for ship repairs.
I interject in the group chat and I'm like, we need a new engineering bay, and I need
1.2
5,000 credits for like on-site revival or like whatever, like field revival kit or whatever.
Okay.
I'm also gonna text back. I need spending money for spice.
Okay. So first, you see the first message that comes back for you, Gibbs, is 5,000. Is that it? Do you guys need anything else? And then your message goes through, and then another message goes to you, and actually to Gibbs as well. And this one just says, "Oh, I mean, 5,000 is probably fine."
Thanks. And an engineering bay? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Ours got eaten, and I sent a little like chomp emoji. Oh, it's for Shade, your favorite. And I guilt him to help with that roll or whatever.
I think Spice is just laying out random things that you can buy at the Eclipse Mall.
So now the comm begins to ring, and you see the image of the white Yosoki Peep.
Hi.
Who, like, as he zooms in, he just goes, "Oh, sorry, I just thought maybe this would be easier."
Oh, yeah, hey.
What?
Yes, 5,000.
Yes.
Medbay for Shade. Not Medbay.
Yeah.
Engineering
How
bay.
do you mean it got eaten?
And I sent him a picture of the like little scaparazza thingies.
Cyberceps?
Yeah.
So you send a picture, and he just goes, "Oh, it's good that you got rid of those. Those are pretty nasty."
Yeah, they ate a lot of our ship, so we're at the Eclipse Mall for repairs.
Well, have you guys decided where you're going to go next? We can get you an engineering bay, but
We're thinking about Prime Station plus Alcatraz Station.
Prime Station and Alcatraz. So, okay, we could send it somewhere in that vicinity, and you guys could rendezvous with it.
Yeah, how about Alcatraz Station?
Okay, Alcatraz Crossroads?
Crossroads, yes, that's the one.
Sure. We can do that. The Alcatraz Crossroads will have an engineering station sent. You need 5,000 credits now.
We also need a new closet and
None of that.
5,000 credits shows up in your
Cool.
personal
I do
account.
the thing, so I don't even like account for it, but
Okay.
now this package, whoever uses it, has everything that they need if they ever need to cast the spell.
Perfect.
So it's done.
That is a spell ready to go.
Yes. I add a little bit of instructions, like this is how you use it, this is where you put the corpse, like I look at it, like make it like idiot proof for any of the idiots who might need to be reviving Gibbs.
So, Gibbs, make an engineering check.
Babe, I could just grow you a
Oh,
Christmas
nice.
tree.
16 plus 4 is dirty 20.
So with a dirty 20, you actually you go under your bed, and luckily the Cyberceps Coleoptera insects did not eat the single gift card that you had left over that had one of those little things that you open it up and it sings a song. So you pull that out, you hook it up to your communicator, and you re-record it. And so you record instructions so that when somebody opens this envelope, it'll pull that and you'll just start spewing out what to do.
Fuck, yes.
Perfect
Does it also
instructions
play
for
the
it.
theme to Happy Birthday while
In the background, just a little bit, like it's almost like vinyl. You can't quite record over it, but there's like a little bit of that like happy birthday.
I'm gonna
song.
write on the back, idiot proof with credits.
Yeah.
So it's really clear what this
So I
is.
like the idea that at some point in this campaign, somebody will be like dying on the ground, and you're gonna yank out this super dramatic item, and it's gonna start playing Happy Birthday.
Cool.
Oh, great.
Thanks, Peep. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing okay, I guess. You guys did great, and so really just trying to figure out. That's Joe. Excuse me. Trying to figure out what's next, but if you guys are going to the Alcaraz system, does that mean you're going to go after that Echo unit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I mean, that's pretty good. You guys really don't need any more money for, like, weapons or items?
Of course
Yeah, of course.
Hold on. Can you send them to Shade? He did a good job divvying it out last time.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Can you give us maybe
1.2 million
7,000 each?
plus 7 million is 8.2 million credits. And then we'll need more for food.
55,000 credits shows up in your group inventory.
Cool.
For you to disperse as you wish. And Peep says, okay, I sent that to Shade. You should have more than enough for whatever it is that you need. We actually have a little bit left over after the seed suit job, and so if there is any emergencies, we have a contingency fund built up. You guys have really put yourself in a good place. Yeah. If you guys haven't, you should check out TJ's Bounty Board.
Are we doing an interview with them or something? They want to
No,
meet us?
but you guys were just at the top of the list in terms of big news this past week.
Can you get us an interview with him?
Why?
I guess, yeah.
Go.
No.
I
The last
have to
time you
redeem
did.
myself.
What are you gonna flash this time?
Maybe something else. I don't know. She
Babe.
gives you a dirty look.
I don't know about that, babe.
He says that you can see, like, even through the white fur, he blushes a little bit, and he says, yeah, they actually mentioned that in the show. But if you want another interview, yeah, we can set you up an interview.
I want that.
Yeah, let me see if I can talk to him. Maybe we could even get one really soon. Hang on 1 second.
Yes.
And communicator just goes dark.
Love you, Gibbs.
You send that out into the darkness.
We have 6 hours. You have friends to visit. I have a food court that's waiting my credits.
And so the plan is we'll basically, be here for a little bit, and then we'll go to Alcross Station and then Prime Station.
Where
Yeah,
do you
how
want
do
the
you feel about
funeral
that?
to take out to heaven?
That's up to Chip. I don't own. I helped people before they died. The after they die part is, in a lot of ways, a lot messier. So whatever Chip asks of me, I'll do. But
If you,
it's not mine to decide.
Yeah, well, I feel like, okay.
I mean, I'm giving him the pieces.
Spice, you get a message from Mari. And this one just says, bitch, we have a machine that makes shots. Come.
Then Spice reads it out loud, goes, and then just looks over and gives, bitch, we have a machine that makes shots. Okay,
Alright.
we're coming. You want to wait
Yeah,
before she
I'm good.
says
She sends a
we're
little
coming.
picture, and you can actually see it's like, first of all, you can see like an element of the condo, like beautiful like black matte stone finish, and then like stainless steel appliances.
Marvel.
The item is a culinary synthesizer. You can see seems to be brand new, gleaming, and like you could see like Mari's face. She's smiling. She's in like all new clothes and everything. You can see on the coffee table the synthesizer has been placed down, and it's like printing a shot glass with liquid in it, like in this still shot. You also see like brochures and all kinds of stuff over the coffee
I want
table.
you to compete with the machine. I want to prove that you're better at making drinks than me.
Challenge accepted.
Let me send this quick text. Hold on. And I send a quick text to Chip saying, we will meet you at Alcatraz Station. Alcarash Station. Crossroads. Whatever the fuck it's called. Alcarash Crossroads. In 1-ish days. Stay there. Do not leave. Send me your address. I will be there as soon as I can.
Little pin ting, right into the Alcarash station, and you can see when you get to the station exactly where they are.
Cool.
As we're walking, I think Bubs is gonna like describe Prime Station. Oh, and it's like so great, and it's like, oh, there's like this like little place that like makes you this like, well, it's not like really like real noodles, it's like fake noodles, but like it says like real noodles, and then there's like a little small like asterisk which says not real noodles, but it's like so good, and like I could show you the place where Steele found me in the alleyway. I always like to go there because it's kind of like where I was born.
That is a place. The region is called the Hollow Husk.
Okay.
And that is
Is
a
that
place.
where Bubs was found?
Yeah, so
In the alley?
it's a large stretch of like old industrial warehouses and alleyways and stuff like that. It's like not. It's interesting because this is a place where like it at one point was like a thriving industrial center, and then it kind of like ran its course.
Like Buffalo, New York.
Yes, very much like
Detroit.
Buffalo, New York. Not that bad.
Okay.
Because like there are still like political demonstrations. Like there's enough space here that people still use it during like the day.
Yeah.
At night, during the night cycle of Prime Station, not a place to really get caught out.
Okay, but we could still go there.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Yeah, Bubs wants to go to a place where he was born.
Yeah.
Are you
like
coming to Meigs?
We have a few hours. I've seen why not.
You look like you could use a shot.
Could I ask for my cut of the credits now? Would you mind? I'd like.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
Nice. Cool.
you,
I'd
you,
take
can spend-
7,000.
It's just you use it and it goes to the thing.
No, like I'm asking for it as like pocket
Yeah,
change.
I want. Yeah, she watches Gibbs do that, and she's like, "Shit." Spice is like, "Yeah." me
Everybody
too."
just suddenly just clumps up around you, and they're like, "Mom, can I please have some money?"
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna just.
Split it 5 ways.
Yeah. I'm
6
gonna-
ways.
Well, it's Mosaic Team 5.
Echo.
Yeah,
That's
5.
5.
Why
That's
am I-
Mosaic Team
Oh
5.
shit. Why do I
literally the
always do that
title.
wrong? I always do
Literally the
that
title.
The
wrong.
director gets a cut.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Squeak
send
gets a
10,000 credits to
Each person,
everyone.
no problem.
Nice. Thank you.
Hell the fuck yeah.
So everybody but Gibbs makes their way over to Meek. Gibbs, where are
Wait,
you going?
why?
No, I know. I'm.
Okay, you're all
I-
done.
As
I stop by the food court. I pick up some sandwiches. I find something to deep fry in the garbage
They
can.
got a
like-
food synthesizer there.
Yeah, but synthesized food never tastes like good food. But I bet half this food's already synthesized. I don't know. I like garbage food. It kind of tastes like all the food that's in the garbage that when it was put there. It's
You
kinda
make your
nice.
way towards this condo.
As-
It's not too far away.
As we're walking, I'm going to take Spice's hand again.
Okay, she takes it.
Good.
Okay. You make your way to this condo.
Make sure she gets
Good. Squeeze
You
extra tight too.
find your way
I have a pencil. Why would you have done that? You
It's
need
okay,
this
whatever.
one.
To
I
a
mean, I'm
vertically-
gonna have to print
what?
out a new one
How
anyway.
long has it been since we left the ship?
Literally close, like 45 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Still
no.
got like 5 hours. 50.
You make your way over to Meeg and Mari's. It only takes you about half an hour to cross this huge stretch of mall. But you get to the outside. It's on the second floor of condominium AE 129. And before you can even ring this little bell, the door open and you can see into this. The floors here, gleaming white marble, beautiful. The ceiling, as well as all of the upper counters and the tabletops, are all matte black with stainless steel accents. And then on the ceiling, you don't see any lamps, but recessed into the ceiling, asymmetrical and different little geometric shapes, there are recessed wall lighting fixtures that shine down.
Yeah.
And so well lit, but
the
you don't have
comfort.
anything that's right in your face.
This is cozy.
You
Ladies.
note that there is a little placard on the inside of the door, and it has rules for the pool. It has rules for the various things that are available to the kind of general condo.
Of course, Meek would put that there.
It's one of those things that's
like
there's the
built in.
fire
Yeah, it's the-
yeah.
the fire
Oh,
escape,
like
and all that
building
other stuff.
rules,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
You can see that on this level, in fact, there's a pool, there's a restaurant called the Lantern Light, there is all kinds of stuff. And then right through, you see, first of all, Meeg has opened the door. Right past Meeg, you can see that same black coffee table. There's a faint false wood impression across it, so it's been stamped into what is metal. And then there are sprawled out leaflets of Aura's Bay and about a dozen different job postings, store listings, and other things related to the Eclipse Mall. In fact, it seems to be about 65% Aura's Bay pamphlets and roughly 35% Eclipse Mall pamphlets and literature. When you guys were talking about this at the start of the session, I was like, oh, you guys are going to find out.
Nice.
Bub, we're in their apartment right now, right?
Yeah.
Bubs is gonna make a show of just holding her hand and just being very cutesy, just pull out your chair, babe, stuff like that.
Place over her head. She's like, the floor, the black. Oh my God, Meek, this is so like you.
And then suddenly you hear this, and then on Healy's, Mari streaks into the room
Hey.
and slides and does this big gesture, and she points to on the coffee table the culinary synthesizer, which you realize it has shots all next to it, but it still has the tags attached to it. And she says, "Surprise! This is your gift."
Spice doesn't know what it is, but she does a show
On the table, there is a culinary synthesizer Mark II, which creates good quality meals,
Okay.
as well as intoxicants of a minor quality.
yeah.
It can make quite a few things. It's worth looking up. In addition, you can see Meeg pulls Mari back, and she says, "We got you some useful things too." And she pulls out a advanced med kit,
Oh,
which she kind of looks around and then just puts it in Gibbs's hands.
Spice is tearing things open of the boxes like a child at Christmas.
And it's all the different parts to this culinary synthesizer. It looks almost like a KitchenAid stand mixer, but when you turn it on, different compartments will open up and add different elements of what is essentially organic UPB to print food. And it can print little serving trays and things like that as well.
Oh,
On the
babe.
Infosphere, you can get packets to have oh, we want marble plates, or oh, we want steel plates, or
we can
whatever.
have family dinners. Just got so much better, you guys.
Oh, babe, we could host dinner parties and book clubs and stuff. I mean, we don't really read books, but we could watch the movies of the books.
So when are you guys coming over for dinner? And our ship.
Meek smiles and she says, "Yeah, your food was terrible.
it was meat pucks.
I know, and so that's why we got you this."
Wait, what does this do? I press all of the buttons.
Roll a D100.
Oh yes, oh please, oh yes.
It explodes.
Fuck. 49.
A 49. So
49 hot
all these little
dogs
lasers go
flying
off, and
out.
Yeah.
little UPBs get injected, and you watch as 3 or 4 lasers just print up what looks like a perfect s'more. Graham crackers, melted chocolate, melted marshmallows, Do you want to take a bite?
Or gray.
I imagine I put my like face to the receptacle
Yeah.
and sort of like am like impatiently waiting for it to print, but it's partially printing on my tongue, so like the item's a little like cockeyed.
Okay.
And then just like the second it like stops, it's like
Okay, so as soon as it's out, you just and it's just a little too quick for your nose to pick up on the fact that marshmallow, actually mayonnaise, at the 49, not quite perfect, but
I feel like this is like still like
still, amazing. It's not eats meats, and it doesn't taste necessarily. This back in Junk Falls, you guys had a Mark 1 synthesizer, and it was barely Mark 1. This was like a food synthesizer that had sat on the factory floor as like the demo model for a long time, and then somebody broke it, and
Yes,
so it went
it
out.
always had an aftertaste.
An
of,
employee
like...
took it home, they fixed it for their family, it got passed down a generation, and now it's with you. And this is so much better than that. This can create drugs, this can create alcohol.
Drugs?
This can create minor medical drugs.
Minor medical drugs?
There's an actual term for what it can create, the class, but yeah. This food synthesizer can do all kinds of things. It's a brand new one.
Is Mari in the room?
Yeah.
Bubs is gonna go over. Well, Spice is probably like looking at the thing. He's just gonna go over to Mari and like whisper, "Is there a way you could like make non-alcoholic drinks that makes people think they're alcoholic?"
Why?
He's like gonna whisper quiet.
Why?
Sometimes I water down Spice's booze in the fridge, and it's with this I don't know if I could do that. So I just wanna.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Spice.
But don't tell Spice, okay?
I would never do that.
Oh, okay, and you
You watch, she turns around and walks right over to Spice.
Spice is with Gibbs being like, I can make a better drink than this can.
Yeah, that's
I
his
bet
bet.
I can. What do you guys have in your liquor cabinet that's not in the synthesizer?
Mari like runs over and like she looks like she's about to tell you something, but then gets excited and runs back. She comes back and she brings like 3 or 4 different bottles. There's rum, there's vodka, there's tequila.
Is there the Lashunta voice changing liquor?
Yes, there is. It's a popular Lashunta liquor. Yeah.
So Spice actually doesn't use that. Yes, she does. So Spice is going to whip up something that she thinks of Kinkashi, and she sees the Lashunta liquor, and she's like, I'm going to make some. Oh wait, no, I changed my mind. She hits up Nadia real quick.
Okay.
She calls Nadia, like has her on speaker.
There is a YouTube channel that has a show where it's like professional cooks and like regular cooks, and they switch recipes and ingredients. And the regular cooks are allowed to call a professional cook and be like, hey, how do you blanch a fish?
Yeah, so that's what Spice is doing. She's like, Nadia, I'm in a competition with a Mark II food synthesizer, and I need to make a better cocktail than it can. So help me really quick.
So Nadia just goes, this will be easy. Machines have no soul whatsoever. And then she like starts to tell you, like walking you through these different like alcohol components, and you mix up a drink. Go ahead and make a survival check and take a +6 conditional modifier.
Fuck yeah, Nadia.
For Nadia.
Hopefully my survival.
It's on the bottom.
Okay, good.
Not bad.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Hate to see
The robots win!
Oh, 11. So you go and you're super excited. You're talking to Nadia, you're pouring, and you just have too much stuff going on. You're on the phone, you're pouring a drink. You go to grab the drink, but you realize you're still holding your communicator. So you go to pull that out.
Bub
You
sneaks a little
throw
water
it up
in
the
there.
air. There's some water there. You turn around. There's water everywhere now. It's just chaos. You
She's
get to
laughing
see-
with Mari and Meeg, having like 4 conversations.
Meeg is smiling. Mari is certainly just like laughing on the ground. But absolutely, you lose to the food culinary synthesizer, which makes we'll absolutely bang out 8 drinks in the time it takes you to make one.
This reminds me, and I hold up the med kit. Shade, do you want to go to the apothecary with me?
Shade hasn't disappeared. Shade just like has quietly gone
Irish
out with Squeak.
I
Not
texted
far,
him real
but just
quick. The apothecary might help you feel less tired.
cool.
I wait for the like scene, and then I like
Red.
advice taken, like cool, and then I like am like, you know what? I'm fucking off duty because this bitch isn't listening to me anyways.
You want a shot?
Absolutely.
Here's 4!
Gibbs is getting wasted. Gibbs has no reason not to be wasted right now.
Spice is like holding up all the shots, the like shitty ones that she made, the ones from the
And
synthesizer.
Gibbs has no real like reason to like turn her nose up at anything.
Yeah. Oh no, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Gibbs is going
So-
hard in the paint. Great.
Bubs is
Gibbs
gonna try
getting
spice,
wasted.
and the other one is, oh yeah, babe, yours tastes like way better. I mean,
Damn straight it does.
It's way stronger.
Now,
I mean-
before you do that,
Bubs
hang on
can't
one
taste
second.
though, so he's just lying, obviously.
Spice knows that and just goes with it.
Spice.
Yes.
No, probably not. What is your
Passive perception,
yeah?
or whatever the equivalent is in Starfinder.
I have no idea.
So I think it's 10 plus your wisdom usually.
That
is,
makes sense.
is what it is in D&D. So I don't know that's a thing.
I never see it on
Starfinder numbers are so
Starfinder
high.
for this.
What is okay? Go ahead and then I would
Does it
say
even exist?
I don't
Like
think
a
there is a
sense
Yeah, I don't think there's
passive
a-
Hold
perception.
on. Passive perception Starfinder.
I don't think there is.
There's just perception.
Yeah.
what is your perception modifier?
I have
smart.
5 ranks in perception for a total of 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
With that, I think you notice, just barely because she is fucking slick, but you watch as Mari seems to slip something into Bub's drink.
Do I notice?
No.
Okay.
This is you. Spice barely notices, and maybe just because this is something that she's seen Mari do before.
Bubs drinks it.
Okay,
It
no
does,
problem.
I mean, Bubs doesn't know. He has to drink it. He
Bubs,
said he said every drink.
Well, also, Spice isn't gonna stop him. She's
Yeah.
gonna just see how this plays out.
no problem.
Wow.
Well,
Bubs,
she trusts Mari, so...
you don't taste anything, but the feeling on your mouth is like fire, and you recognize the fact that you probably just took about 5 drinks. In that moment, you become quite drunk. Gibbs, you are quite drunk. Spice, are you drinking really hard as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 3 of you, within maybe 30 minutes, get uncomfortably drunk.
This is like the first time Bubs has ever been drunk in his entire
Yeah.
life.
Oh,
He had
yeah.
a beer.
Do you remember when we had that
Yes.
beer on the, and then we blew up the planet? And
Yeah.
oh, I got the
I
in your
remember my
mouth.
first beer totally.
I threw it at you. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. I still kind of have the mark on my
done his
head.
business, and I've taken my smoke break. I'm gonna go back in.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Come back in, and they are shit-faced. Every single person, with the exception of Meeg, who looks about half amused and half annoyed.
It was Mari who slipped something in.
Correct.
Yeah.
But Mari's also partying with us.
Mari is
Right,
happy to party.
yeah.
It was really just because Bubs had said, "Oh, like you should water down Spice's drinks," and she was like, "That's the wrong direction."
Hey.
Yeah.
By water, you mean more alcohol.
Shade.
Certainly not like an a ethical thing to do, but
No,
like it's not
okay.
malicious from her.
Okay.
So you come back in, Donald Glover, everything's on fire. What do you want to do, Shade?
I just turned to me, and I turned back to everyone.
I'm trying to water bend the
I look
pool,
down
but
and
she's
squeak.
just drunk, so she's just
There's
like
no
dipping
pool
her
in here.
hand
It's
in
like
the water.
it's like a pool for the floor. It's like a community pool that exists elsewhere on the
just
floor.
gonna
of this
find a
park.
comfy couch and sit down.
Yeah, no problem. There's a lot of comfy couches here.
Bubs is just gonna pick up Spice, be like, "Yeah, I'm so strong."
You definitely see that. You can see like Squeak comes and just like pops up on the couch next to you, and you watch as Bubs begins to like bench press Spice on the ground.
Yeah.
There is just chaos happening. Gibbs, what are you doing?
So Gibbs sort of sees the pairing off start, the Mari and Meeg and the Spice and Bubs, and starts to realize that, like, if she doesn't make a move,
Echo
then
sits
it's
down
gonna be
next to
Echo.
me.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Echo. And Gibbs like starts to see her like walk over, and instead just like in like drunken stupor, sort of like slides in and like takes up as much of the couch next to Shade as possible.
Shade very hard. Gibbs like baseball slides into you. Gibbs, in your mind, it's super slick. You like slide and you're like, hey. But like in reality, it's just a drunk person slamming into your lap.
That happened to me.
It's happened to all of us, for sure.
How is walking Squeak?
Fine.
Squeak starts to lick you.
I'm sorry about your ship. I'm sorry about your engineering break, but I got it replaced. Hmm?
Those things are replaceable. It's not really something that's.
But you know it's not replaceable? You're not replaceable. So I talked to Tombstone, and like he gave me some advice, and I thought about it, and I thought you would benefit from the advice too, so I'm just gonna like regurgitate his advice and maybe like you'll take it. Probably not though. But I've been doing a lot of stuff alone lately. And I've been trying to solve these problems by myself. Like the whole magic thing and like what if I'm useless without my bottle? And like you've been trying to solve your stuff alone. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we became like a charcuterie smorgasbord of like ingredients and we could solve each other's problems? You seem to flinch sometimes when people title you. It must make you feel bad.
Gibbs. Have you ever considered that in trying to help someone, you're actively harming them? I recognize that there is something wrong. I do not know what it is. Your continually bringing it up does not help.
I mean, I basically did the same thing with Crumbs. Like, maybe he would have been better off if we hadn't shown up and killed the primitive, because then at least he would have been alive. So I kind of get to what you're saying. But I just see that it's not getting better if I don't bring it up. So it's making it worse and talking about it.
In my power to try and resolve these issues. I do not want to have this conversation with you drunk.
You're not doing everything in your power if you're not trying new things.
Gibbs, you do not understand what I am trying to do.
Why won't you talk to me? Why won't you trust me?
What do you want me to say?
I want to be able to bare my soul to you. And I want, in return, to know what gears are clicking. I want to feel for you the same things I feel for myself when I'm hurt and alone. Because I can feel you on the other side of the cockpit door just wallowing, and I know that I'm feeling exactly the same things, and if we could just...
You do not know what I am feeling.
You wouldn't be pushing me away so hard if it weren't something bad. If you weren't scared. I'm scared too. Solving the problems alone aren't solving it.
The problems that are going on, I do not understand. You do not understand. Testing the limits of that is something that I am not willing to do. Yes, I am scared. But there's much more. I don't know anything.
It's probably true. And it's probably true that I know less. But
I do know the pressure that I feel trying to keep this crew safe, trying to keep you out of danger, only exacerbates what I am dealing with right now. There is a pot of boiling water. I'm trying to keep the lid on.
the pot's gonna boil over unless you turn the heat off. You've either got to resolve the pressure.
I don't know how.
First thing is talking about it. Is maybe being honest with the heap about some of the pressure you're under. Keeping us alive is a burden. I feel it. Every scrape and bruise 3 of you experience, I see. Every time that you're hurt, my lifelink just yanks at my core. Because I feel it too. And yeah, empathy is misleading and misguided and wholly biased. It's colored entirely with my experiences of what I think you're feeling, but it's empathy nonetheless. That pot, you can't just keep shoving the lid back on and expecting not to clean up water at the end. You're gonna burn out. The flame is gonna stop.
I recognize that.
So
I've said that. Again.
how can I help you? You keep saying I can't, but I don't think that's true, and I don't think you've thought about it enough.
It's all I think about.
What hurts? Not knowing? Why does calling you captain make you flinch?
Make a will saving throw.
You bitches and your backstory and me and having the conversations on
-3.
Did you put the thunder on?
18.
Captain. All of a sudden, things begin to fade away. All around you, it's like this long, alcoholic-smelling condo stretches longer and longer and longer until it's just these dark matte countertops that become these dark black corridors that just become darkness. In this darkness, you can feel that there is more beyond. You feel another presence. And then you just hear, Captain, can you hear me? And because it is 9:30, this is where we're going to end for the evening. But thank you for joining us for this session of Mosaic Team 5, the Cyberceps Coleoptera invasion. We'll be back next week on Thursday for a little bit more Mosaic Team 5. But if you can't wait that long, tomorrow night we're going to be playing a little D&D.
D&D.
Little D&D. That's going to be Courts of Everest, the 60th. Oh no, sorry. This is the 60th.
60th?
This is the 60th
Whoa,
session.
time flies.
This is the 60th session of our Mosaic Team 5. Tomorrow is the 23rd session of our D&D campaign.
23rd still feels like a lot.
I know, Courts of Everest. We are going to be heading west towards the
impressive.
mediocrity of the rising storm. But until then, please stay safe. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
See you, cowboy.